Well, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a while since we've gone live. Actually, I don't think there's been this big of a gap since the Dynasty Land stream has been live since January, maybe. And the reason is because last week we did 3 streams in a row, which is not common. And then that was it. So it's been since Tuesday, I think, since Tuesday of last week since we streamed. So appreciate y'all being here, hanging out with us. I am here tonight with Sammy Stacks. We are going to do a real Dynasty startup draft with the land community. Sure, and cool. I'm excited because we both are going to be drafting against each other again. There are some people who are not happy, Sammy. I don't know if you've noticed this. I look at the comment section afterwards. There are people who are not happy that there are people getting into our leagues and letting us draft.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not seen this.
There are some people who are not happy about it.
What could possibly be the complaint?
Well, I find out new ways that humanity is upset each and every day.
Why did I ask? I mean, people will find anything to complain about.
But I think this latest one is that like they don't get the idea why someone would get into a league and let someone else draft for them. I think that's the latest complaint that people have. But anyway, we appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Let me know who's in the chat with us. What's up, D Macy? He says 93 days until kickoff.
Ooh, can't wait.
Which is wild. What's up, Mike? Styles in the building. BMaz in the building. Jonah, who is drafting. Oh, actually, you are drafting for Jonas today. Hormone Monster.
I am, yes.
Is in the chat. What's up, Josh? I'm never late. Everyone else is just early. All right, we've established that. What's up, Rowan, Wild Dog, Dustin? We've got Brandon in the building. What's up, gang? Welcome in, welcome in. All right, we do have a real draft for you guys today. The Medusa League is drafting, and like I said earlier, myself and Sammy are going to get in on that action. So excited to jump into that here in about 8.5 minutes. I figured we could start today's show by talking about 2027 first round picks. The question is, are 2027 first round picks overvalued? Okay. Are they overvalued? Overvalued meaning what you could send for them right now in the trade market is so enticing that you should probably explore the idea of sending your picks. Now there's one clear exception: rebuilders, 1-year punts, teams that are clearly not ready to compete. But I kind of lean on the side, and I released a video yesterday about it, that these picks are getting a little bit overvalued 1 year out. And it's so funny, the contrast from last year to this year, because last year I talked about how the 26 picks looked really, really bad 1 year out, how you should probably look at selling them. The response was that I'm an idiot and you can't predict things 1 year out. And then this year I'm telling people, hey, the hype is pretty crazy, guys. Like, look at what you can get for these picks. And people are saying, you're an idiot. There's no way you should sell these picks. So where do you kind of land on this spectrum, if you will?
Yeah, I think that every league is going to be different, which I think is an important caveat to any conversation like this. But
yeah,
I think that people didn't really catch on to the 2026 class stuff until we got into rookie season. And I think there will be a similar effect here. If it is as phenomenal as it's supposed to be, those picks will really gain all of their value once we can assign names to those slots.
Sure.
Right? Which won't happen until January at the very earliest. Right? In terms of everybody is so focused on the season and all this kind of stuff. So to that end, I think that the smart thing to do is to not lean so far one way or another.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's to sort of stay water, make sure that you're staying flexible to whatever may happen. And on my contenders, generally, I'm always trying to move my 27 picks during the season. That's not really going to change.
Yeah.
I think just this year I'll go into it saying I'm going to expect a better return than I may get in an average year.
Yeah.
Because these picks are so good. Because these picks are so valuable. And I'm seeing that as a good thing. And that doesn't mean that I don't want to move my 27 picks. Because I do value that pick helping me win a championship this year more than having it come the off season.
Sure.
And for rebuilders, I'm going to try not to, have to fork over an insane amount of value to stockpile these picks.
On that, I released a video yesterday about this, like I said, and I just found the response really interesting. Because again, I think people play for different reasons. And this is not to say that anybody's playing the game wrong. If you're playing the game, you're doing the right thing, right? But this is also how I feel about the response to the idea of even considering selling Drake May, right? There are people out there who are like, are you crazy? Do you know what Drake May is going to do for me in 2035? You're an idiot. Why would I sell him? I'm like, brother, I don't even know what I'm having for lunch today. Okay? I play Dynasty in a 2 to 3 year window, and I stick to that, and that's honest to God's truth. Some people say they play Dynasty in a 2 to 3 year window, and they're lying to themselves because they play it when it's convenient. All right? But then they're like, sell Drake May. So anyway, not to get back on the Drake May stuff. The response to this video I thought was really, really interesting, okay? Sell your picks. You have a combination of people in that video who replied and said, there's no way I would ever be able to get this value in my league. There are people saying, there's no league where anybody is getting this value. And yet I have like 50 real trades that you guys submitted through this tweet where I'm showing people getting the exact value that I'm talking about. And yet we have all this like historical data to show you how overvalued these picks are, how highly people treat these picks, that they treat them like gold, right? And then you've got other people on the spectrum who are saying there's not a chance you should sell your picks. That's stupid. Why would I sell my picks? That's the best way. Someone commented, that's the best way to destroy your dynasty team. I thought, wow, okay. Interesting two sides of a spectrum here. Meanwhile,
I think he meant sell your picks. He thought that you meant like drop them to the waiver wire, like you weren't acquiring anything. In return.
Right, sure. Maybe that's, you know what? And I wouldn't put that past the comment section. But it's funny because people believe that if you sell your 27 first round pick, there are some people who believe this, and it gives you a greater chance of your team falling apart. And they're like, it's too risky. And my reply to that is, think about the risk of you not shopping and seeing what options are on the table. Because you could potentially be leaving on the table an entire year's worth of dynasty value, of dynasty points on your starting lineup, in your roster. And you could also be the player that you could have traded that pick for today might be more expensive when you're ready to trade for him in season, in this hypothetical. And I'm not saying everybody has to sell their picks. I like the idea of flexibility. This was really a video aimed towards contenders. But this whole idea of like, there's risk if you trade it now. There's risk if you don't. Of course, there's risk in every single thing you do in Dynasty football. You're telling me that if you don't go trade for Luther Burden right now with your pick, if you're a serious contender in your league, and he does go out there and breaks out, no longer people are asking the question of if he's Ben Johnson's guy, and you didn't trade for him, and now he costs 3 first-round picks. You're telling me there's not a risk to not considering that? Like, there's risk in every single decision you make, whether you decide to keep your assets or trade away these picks. Keep your picks or trade away your picks. So, look, this video, again, aimed towards contenders. If you go and you look at some of these trades, I mean, that you guys submitted in this tweet, it's honestly a little bit ridiculous. I couldn't like include all of them, but some of these trades were ridiculous. For example, we've got someone getting I can't tell you how many James Cook trades I saw where people are sending a mid to late 27 first. And in my comment section is telling me that's not happening in any league. There's no way that's happening. I always love the comments where it's like the league superiority comments where it's like, in my league, maybe in your league, this is possible. All right.
Maybe in your taco league.
Maybe in your taco Mickey Mouse league, it's possible. But in my league, we're serious dynasty play. Okay. You know what, right? You're right, bro. What happens in your league represents the dynasty market. That's true. Like, this is another great example from Sky. I talked about this on the video. Like, this man got Kenneth Walker, Colson Loveland, Travis Hunter as a throw in there. He sent 2 first-round picks, Malik Willis and Gadsden. Like, why would you not be exploring? These firsts are being treated like absolute gold. This was in a startup, which, is this possible for Zachary Savage in a startup? No, because people treat his firsts like they're worth nothing. But In this startup, this person got the 301, which was a Marion Hampton. Wow. All he did was send his 27 first, second, and 2 seconds, okay? We've got Caleb Williams being traded away for a single first and 3 seconds. We've got your boy Brian Thomas being bought for 1 first. The other person got Thomas, the 107 and the 110. Gosh. Like, you go through Javonte Williams in a second for a first. You go through and see these trades. Tell me a trade where someone got robbed. I mean, of course, there's going to be some trades where people get robbed. This is another great example. Like, this guy said it's likely to be the 110 or later. Okay, so Travion Henderson guaranteed today with the chance of him breaking out and increasing his value, or the 110 next year in a great class. I hear you. But, like, are we serious? The people who are not even considering this, like, it's genuinely mind-boggling to me. Kenneth Walker for a single first. Like, I just don't get it. I honestly don't get it. This is the one that I was trying to get to, Sammy. This is where I think we can really put a pin on this entire conversation. The 2027 class, the hype is at an all-time high, and you know that's true when someone is trading for 127 first-round pick and they're giving you 2 in a future class. Can we all take a second and realize how stupid this is? But it's happening. And I'll tell you why it's so stupid. Because you have no idea what players you're obsessed with that probably you think are coming out in 2027 that might not even be in the class. Like, all the players you're excited about, you just sent a 28 first away. They might be in the 28 class. All right? Who knows if Arch Manning is in this class? We have no idea. We have absolutely no idea, okay? Like, NIL is changing the way drafts are looked at each and every single season. So to me, I just feel like if you're a contender and you have a late 27 first and you're not shopping it, you're not playing Dynasty the way I play. That doesn't mean you're playing it wrong, but we're playing 2 different games. Sorry. That's end of spiel for me.
Yeah, no, I think that everything we've seen here shows that there are plenty of ridiculous deals that you're able to get done. And this is before the season starts.
Yeah.
What am I going to be able to get done for, like, what am I going to get back as a plus with James Cook for my 27 first mid-season when that rebuilder wants to do whatever he can to get the production off his team and he needs picks?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it could only get crazier.
Can't go through all of the trades because there's just so many. Last thing I'll say here, Sammy, I cannot tell you how many Chase Brown trades I saw. I saw so many Chase Brown for late 27 first trades. Like,
I should start. Zach, you asked me before we went live when we were like talking about what we were going to start the show off with. Asked me if I'd made any trades with my 27 picks, and I said that I hadn't really done much over the last little while. I'm definitely going to now because I've always been somebody who waits until the season.
Yeah.
To move my first on contenders, but if I can get Chase Brown on in June, I think that's worth.
Sammy, that seems very like baseline what you could probably get. From what I have seen, it seems like truly like baseline. That's what's so crazy about all of this. But we do have a real draft for you guys today. Very excited about it. We're both going to be drafting 4 people. I'll be drafting from the 9 spot, and Sammy is from the 8 spot. So inevitably, we're probably going to piss each other off here in some way, shape, or another with the picks that we make. Sammy will join us back here in 1 second, but he's at the 8 spot drafting for Jonah. I'm at the 9 spot drafting for Scotsman. Appreciate y'all being here. Rowan, if you can send me the exact details, I'm going to go ahead and guess that this is a super flex, start 10, 3 flex spots, half point premium on tight ends.
I'm guessing. Full point.
Is it a full point?
It's a full point.
Oh, okay. That's a fun little wrinkle. Okay, that's really fun.
He just put in the chat. It was a very close vote, but the full point premium did end up winning the vote.
Hell yeah. All right, so we've got a full point premium here, Superflex Start 10, which that's going to be really fun to kind of see how all that pans out. But appreciate y'all big time being here with us. We're going to start this draft here very soon. Just so you guys know, I know that there are people asking the question right now. Zach, is there any giveaway today? Yes, I am going to do a giveaway today. I will be giving away a live team playbook. I can't always do these type of giveaways nowadays, but I am going to give away one of these playbooks tonight. All you have to do to enter, it's very simple. Step 1 is to like the stream. Okay, and step 2 is to type our code word of the day, which is Gaia. Now, why is Gaia the code word? A lot of you guys are going to know this by now. All right, you're not going to be surprised by this, but that's because this time next week, the same experience that everybody in the Medusa League is having, you can have as well. It's the next real land dynasty startup draft. The next league that we're going to be participating in will be called the Gaia League. So if you'd like to get into the Gaia League right now, we just dropped the league over on landleagues.com. So you can now enter it. If you're a pre-existing member, you can go ahead and enter the raffle. If you're going to become a brand new member, best part about that is you get fast-tracked and get a guaranteed spot into the Gaia League. So feel free to DM me if you have any questions. Got to be a promo code LAND annual Mother Flocker member, and you get a guaranteed spot into a league. Same experience the guys in the Medusa League are getting today, you will get next week. Let's go ahead and start this thing off, Rowan. Appreciate all the league members and their patience, but yeah, guys, as you get trades done for 2027 first-round picks, I would love to, kind of see them rolling in on the Flock site, on Twitter, whatever the case may be here. But let's drop that from 2 minutes per pick to 1 minute and 30 seconds, by the way.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm excited. This should be a blast. Zach and myself. So I am drafting out of the 108 here, guys, and Zach is drafting out of the 109. And we're gonna see how often we can snipe each other here.
Yeah, I did think about that. I was like, damn, us drafting right beside each other is kind of rough.
It'll be fun though. We don't tend to. We think similarly on a lot of broad things.
Yes,
but in terms of like player takes, I don't know if there'll be that many situations where where we snipe. No Debo Debo snipes. No Devon Achan snipes.
That's right. Just want to give a shout out to some of the people in the chat here. TX Cajun,
yes,
what's poppin'? Good to see you. Styles, always great to see you. He says, just traded my 27 first and Chris Bell for Rome and Claiborne in the Triton League today. A lot of trades going down. Jared says, I saw my trade late first. Yeah, I saw this one as well, Jared. He sent a late 27
we got
first
a trade window
for Bo Nix.
We got a trade window.
Okay, trade window just occurred, meaning if you'd like to trade up to the 101, EvBot is currently fielding offers. So this will last 2 minutes. Let me just say, to anybody who is currently drafting with us, I am willing to hear any offers, whether it's me moving up or down. You can always send an offer to my inbox. I'm always going to have a look at it and give it the time of the day. So,
me as well. I already EV did send me something for the 101. I'm happy to stay put back here, but yeah, at any point, I will always hear an offer. So I'm drafting for Jonah at the 8 slot for everybody.
I also got an offer from EvBot.
Yeah, I'm sure EvBot was thinking about Devon Achan in the 101. So that's my bad, guys. And Zach is drafting. I've had enough of this shit, man. Zach is drafting for Scotsman at the 109 Scribbles.
Yep.
Like I'm a veteran at this point of the Cinnamon Streets, and
yeah, we should bring up Code Cinnamon here. I mean,
I don't need to take any shit anymore.
Yeah,
all right?
we should do it.
Look, we've jumped the shark on Cinnamon. Okay, I gotta say it. Okay. The point of Cinnamon was so that if somebody was falling, if there was a falling value in the draft, we didn't want somebody in the chat or one of us to be like, oh my gosh, how is this player still on the board? And then somebody who was hoping to get that fall now doesn't get it because the person who's on the clock goes, oh shit, I didn't even see that guy there. Let me draft him. That was the point of Cinnamon. The point of Cinnamon was not to call me out when I say Debo Samuel's name when we're on the 101.
Might have been.
All right.
You know what? That might have been your point for Cinnamon. All right. My point changes depending on how I want to use Cinnamon. Okay.
Well, we can't forget this is a dictatorship. we must remember at all times.
But yeah.
So just if there's a falling value, we don't want the chat to be going, oh my god, how is this player still on the board?
Yes, exactly. It doesn't look like a deal got done there for EvBot at the 101, or the time is up and they've got to make some hard decisions now. Might be the latter.
So Rowan's doing. I'm gonna get. Oh my word! Brock Bowers off at the 101 in a full point tight end premium. Hey man, I think Trey McBride would have scored more than every other player, including quarterbacks, in this format last year. So that is a shocker, of course. But hey,
well,
are you speechless? Are you speechless, Zach?
I don't know what to say.
Honestly, though, like, look, we've talked a lot about how, like, I feel there's a top 8. I do think that Bowers moves into that and makes it a top 9 in this format for me.
Well, I was gonna say the 109 just gained value, baby. All right.
Well, I was gonna say the 109 became like the pick to have in this format, in my opinion, as soon as it was a full point premium.
Yeah. Look, we know why EvBot was trying to move down now.
He wanted Brock Bowers, yeah.
I'm all for getting your guy. But, man, I just imagine that if you wanted Bowers, you probably could have drafted another player that the majority of the league would have valued higher than Bowers. And then you probably could have negotiated with the Bowers owner later on to get something small back in return, even if it wasn't significant.
Potentially.
But,
I can see the angle there.
I mean, now you have obviously no flexibility whatsoever, but I just wouldn't be married to a player like that. Personally. I'm not...
Sure,
look,
sure.
Hey, if Brock Bowers comes out and scores 20 points per game in PPR, you're going to be like, you're all dumbasses, and I know what I'm doing. But
yeah.
I probably would have just... I mean, you instantly lose all leverage and all flexibility there. I mean, you're very much like... Sorry, not as like a team build, but just in the way that you can negotiate and... I mean, for example, yeah, like Josh Allen going at the 105. Right? It'd be easier to see Bowers at the 105. And probably, I would go out on a limb and say most of the players drafted from the 102 to the 105, you could have gotten something back in return on top of Brock Bowers if you did a trade. So,
sure.
It's a full point premium.
It's a potential, right? And I think that, EvBot potentially not wanting to create a chore for himself.
I love
if he
creating
really
chores
does
for
want
myself.
Brock Bowers, if he really does believe in Brock Bowers, Okay, I'm on the clock.
Jamar Chase
at the
107 and Bowers at the 101. I'm sorry, I can't wrap my head around it. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm happy to hear offers for a minute and 15 seconds here, but then I'll be making my pick. If anybody wants to, I'll let it go for a minute here.
At the 101
wants to
before
try and
GTA
offer me
6 is comment of the day.
That's really good from Styles. That is really good from Styles.
And by the way, EvBot, I hope I'm not at all offending you. Like, look, I could look like an idiot. All right, this is your chance to clip me this time next year. People love to clip me when I'm wrong. This is your chance. Bookmark this. Set a reminder in your phone from 365 days from now. And if Brock Bowers stays healthy, I mean, you're probably like, Zach, you're a dumbass. Look. So,
how many points do you think Bowers scored in that crazy game he had against the Jags this year in this format?
Oh, it would have been like 60 or something, right?
It's got to be, because it was in a half point. In a half point, it was 49.3. So in a full point, you add, it would have been like 55, I think. Okay. I'm going to take Puka Nacua here at the 108.
Yep. I'm pretty open to a trade. So if anybody's at all interested, y'all let me know. I'm going to send a couple offers, see if anybody's interested.
Hookah? Nakua. Zach is in the DMs. Sliding in.
Crush.
Send somebody.
Trade offer sent.
Gonna send somebody at.
Let me call.
What's?
Let me call my trade window, please. Let me call my trade window here.
Trade window. This is so weird. I just got a DM from Zach, and it's of a crashed car, and it says, "I just crashed into your DMs." Is there a car horn going off somewhere? Is that
yeah, sorry. I don't know what's going on in my neighborhood right now.
Oh, okay, was you? I thought it was at I thought it was where I am. And this guy calls himself a professional. Can you believe this shit? By the way, BMI Kara in the chat is absolutely right, saying, "Oh no, look at Zach trying to trade once again in a fantasy league." Typical.
I know. It is actually
just the
really
freaking like,
that I do that.
dude, you got some crazy nerve. You know that?
I know.
You've got some crazy nerve.
Briz, offer in your inbox. Tubza, offer in your inbox. And if you're interested in trading up, hit me up.
That is so disrespectful. Dynasty Flock in the chat, just like, that's not right, man.
King Neptune and SpongeBob.
You're looking at your future,
Mason's
brother.
just worried. Yeah, Mason's just worried that Flock Anonymous is about to drop a image of him bald or something.
That would be good. Bald Mason already exists. So Zach, is it winter over there? You got 15 seconds, by the way.
Yeah. I got my queue all set up, but yes, it is winter. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Jaden Daniels here then.
Great value. Great value. I went the route of, that you've sort of convinced me on to just ignore my straight up rankings and sort of try and like play how the rooms end up going. That's what I did with Puka here. And, through doing a ton of startup mocks and all this kind of stuff, it does like definitely seem that
I am still open to most of the trade. Like Tubza, if you wanted to do a trade here, I'm still open to the one that I sent you. But yeah, overall, not going to be upset with starting off with Mr. Jaden Daniels. It was honestly written in stone. I knew as soon as Bowers went at the 101.
He was going to be the one that was going to
I knew I was going to have Jaden Daniels on this team. I was like, all right, that's fine. Guys, appreciate all y'all coming in here, hanging out. We do have a giveaway today. If you are just joining, I did announce that earlier, but don't often get to do this anymore with the team playbooks. And I can't promise you how many more there will be this year for giveaways, but I am going to do a giveaway for our team playbook. All you have to do to enter, step 1, like the stream. Step 2, type the code word, which is Gaia. And as we mentioned earlier, the reason the code word is Gaia is because that is going to be the league that is drafting this time next week. The experience that the Medusa League is currently having, you can have that same experience in the Gaia League this time next week. We'll be drafting. If your promo code land and you're a Flock member, obviously you can enter as many of the drawings as you want. If you become a brand new member, I'll make sure and get you into this league. We'll fast track it right on in for next week. After Daniels, we get Malik Neighbors, Amon Ra St. Brown, and Justin Hjafasan off the board. I could not promise any high stakes leagues again this offseason. Probably couldn't have promised that again this offseason. EMP says avoiding Daniels like the plague at this price. I love it. I honestly love it.
People really look, Zach. It's not like these people exist. They're out here.
No, for sure.
They are truly among us.
Yeah. I found it really funny because in a video today, I talked about in a redraft since 10 players, no one's drafting but me. And I talked about Travis Hunter. And I went on this entire rant talking about how this idea that he won't play receiver and how he's only going to play cornerback is genuinely stupid. Like, I don't actually like call people out often, but maybe I do. But I basically was trying to explain to people why it's like completely dumbfounding to me that people are actually rolling with this narrative. And I even said in the video, there will be people who will comment on this video saying there's no way they're drafting Travis Hunter because he's playing cornerback. And I was right. There are people who are commenting, and I don't even know if they actually watched the entire video. But
hey, attention spans are dwindling as we speak, Zach. So
it's unfortunately correct. Mason says, I've watched the clip about the fan, you mean the intern, about 500 times. Which clip is that?
It was just in the it was just in one of his it was Flockonymous. It's like 2.5 seconds long. And he basically just says, the fan? You mean the intern? Yeah.
I do like someone put you as a baby on my hip.
That was good.
Time to feed you.
That was like actually
that
funny.
was funny.
Like I actually got a kick out of
that one. I agree, Mason. Jaden Daniels at his redraft price is just incredible. Okay, now I'm going to tell you why I find this all absolutely insane to me. Because I'm going to take Trey McBride here. And while I prefer Brock Bowers, this is what I was trying to explain. You know, you lose all leverage. I was going to draft Trey McBride at the 109 if it wasn't Jaden Daniels. But I got all respect in the world trying to go out there and get an elite guy in a full point tight end premium league. But you want things to fall to you. You want to have the flexibility. You know, you want to build out in a way where you're able to kind of see what people's perceived values are. If you were willing to pay the 101 for Bowers, then were you not going to be willing to trade for him for whatever it costs later on or get some sort of value on top? I don't know. That's just my opinion.
There's 100% some potential for that. I completely agree. I am down to move down here. I'm sending out some offers.
Mason said, I draft Hunter to lower my points against. I've made fun of Mason for multiple years about this idea of him like having good defense in fantasy football.
I'm going to call my trade window here, Rowan, if you don't mind.
Yet
15 seconds left.
It seems to be real. All right. So I don't know what sort of witchcraft, you know, a lot of people believe that certain celebrities sell their soul to get fame, I guess. Mason has sold his soul. It's not even to be famous. He's just sold his soul to have a lower average points against. I think in back-to-back years, Mason was like bottom 3 in points against in the Flock League. So,
what he does, man. It's what he does.
Flockonymous says, Real Heisman will play both sides. Yes, sir. B. Makara says, I'm happily a Hunter hater. I can't wrap my head around the Hunter hate because you have a guy who costs you basically nothing, both in Dynasty and in redraft.
Like, doesn't make any sense to me.
In redraft, he's like outside the top 50 wide receivers in ADP.
Yeah.
It's like people are going out of their way to hate the number 2 overall pick who will play receiver next year at a price that just like I can't wrap my head around. Like last year, what was Hunter, like a 4th or a 5th round pick?
Yeah.
And the
based
same
off the
upside
talent, right?
is there this year. But people are like,
Okay, I think I've sent.
eh.
I think I've sent like everybody an offer at this point. If you all want to check your inboxes.
Scribble says underdog, he's in the hundreds. Yeah. I think most drafts, yeah, he's in the hundreds. It's just like, bro. Yeah. I mean, I can't wrap my head around as Sammy did get a trade done.
All right.
Hating a player that's just like so cheap. Cool Mac is coming up here.
Yeah, so I made a trade with Cool Mac here. Was able to move down from the 205. I basically dropped a round
Caleb Williams
from the 205 to the 306, and then I jumped up 2 rounds from the 705 to the 506.
Interesting. I don't know what to think about that one yet. We'll have to see how that plays out.
From my perspective here, Caleb honestly probably would have been the pick. He was in the queue there. I just don't. I see a massive tier. And I know that I'm going to be happy with who I get in the 3rd round here. So adding whatever value I can for Jonah in this situation is ideal for me.
Yeah. We get Caleb off the board and Joe Burrow.
He goes Caleb Burrow. Now he's the Burrow Chase stack. It feels like the Burrow Chase stack is like happens in every draft.
Yeah.
And it's nuts.
It's that back to back there is a nice. That's a nice start, I would say, for Cool Mac to go Caleb Burrow Chase to start there. Obviously, he doesn't have his 3rd, so we'll see how it kind of all pans out. To be fair, for Cool Mac, he didn't really have to spend future capital. He still has picks. It's just like he needs to hit on that 7th rounder. So it'll be kind of fun to see how that all pans out. But I am surprised, young Padawan, that you had, it's really like a bull with the red flag waving with Amarian Hampton on the board. And Caleb Williams for you. And you
look, I could have taken somebody.
patient.
I wanted to we'll see who I get at the 306.
Yeah.
We shall see. And the 305, I got both.
Fuji Apple says the thing about drafting is you got to know how to play defense. Giving out embarrassing photos to your buddies and having 17% share of Travis Hunter. I don't understand the embarrassing photos part, but Brizzleton said, I was taking McBride but wanted to get quarterback early. Brizzleton went Amon-Ra and Lamar, and then he says,
Amon-Ra versus McBride is an interesting conversation there.
Now I'm pissed because with you taking him, I know I was right. Guys, see, this is why people overvalue my 27 first-round picks. Or undervalue them, okay? Because you guys think I know what I'm doing. That's your first mistake, all right? That's your first mistake is pretending like I know what I'm doing, all right? Looks like we did get a trade window here from Rowan. And you know what? I'm going to send some offers out. Not for any of the picks that I've made, but these are just preemptive offers. Actually, hold on. There's a 3rd round reversal here. Beautiful.
That is correct. There is.
Scribbles, I've been asking myself this more and more over the last couple of weeks. One of my good friends here in Australia said he looks like he's speed running the AB career arc. And I thought, that feels pretty on point. Harsh, but it's like I feel like he went outside to record that video because he wanted to make sure that no one around him told him, "Hey, Brandon, probably don't post that video." He's like, "Oh, these people are definitely going to make sure I don't do this. Let me go outside real fast and talk to myself." All right? He probably has people around him. And if he recorded that video inside when they were around him, he'd be like, "Hey, Brandon, let's think for a second. Is it a good idea to post this video?" Oh my gosh. As it looks like we're putting Rowan back on the clock. Jonah has a funny point here. I need your guys' help in the comment section, actually. If you guys don't know, mid-June, so actually probably next week.
That's in like a week, yeah.
We are going to do the first mock draft on the Fantasyland Football channel. However, the week after that, so the week of the 23rd onwards, we're going to have 2 best ball drafts per week starting on the Fantasyland Football channel, and that will be hosted through landleagues.com as well. But the reason I say that is because we have decided, I think Joel had the great idea. Was it Joel? I can't remember. And then I started to think about, okay, this could actually work. We have decided for the Dynasty League, we did all the Greek God theme names, right? For the best ball leagues and the redraft leagues on Fantasyland Football this year, we're going to go with the bust theme. All right. Each league is going to be named after a NFL bust. And I want you guys to hear the list that I have. And if I've missed someone, I want y'all to help me make sure I don't miss any big names.
I cannot wait for the Kerryon Johnson League.
You ready for this?
It's going to be awesome. Yeah.
Here's the names that I've got so far that are going to be like, for example, like the Johnny Manziel League. You ready? So you guys understand where this is going, okay? So Johnny Manziel, John Ross, Ryan Leaf, Jamarcus Russell, Treylon Burks, Trent Richardson, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Jalen Naylor, or sorry, that's supposed to be Jalen Reagor, which I think is an underrated shout out there. Jalen Reagor, let me fix that. Laquan Treadwell. Does that one have enough aura? I don't know. Obviously he fits the bill, but I don't know if people remember Laquan Treadwell enough. Like,
I thought he was like just really decent. I thought he was fine.
I feel like he was a bust, but this is why I'm asking. Josh Rosen.
Not my era either. So
yeah, you're what, like 13 years old. Josh Rosen. Trey Lance. By the way, we will have to take a break. Round 4. I've got to feed Sammy here and then burp him a little bit.
Oh my.
I love this. Josh Rosen, Ooh. Trey Lance.
Yeah, that's rough.
Kevin White.
That's rough.
Christian Hackenberg, Justin Blackman, Zach Wilson, Tim Couch, Vince Young, N'Keal Harry, Josh Doxson. So, did I miss anyone? Did I miss anyone with those names? So far, no one has put a name in the chat that I haven't said, but obviously I'm open to hearing from you guys.
You forgot, did you say Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Let's not get the chat riled up just yet. Okay? Let's not get the chat riled up too quickly.
My God.
Someone said Carnell Tate. John,
Carnell Tate,
I rebuke that. All right? John, you're blocked. You're not coming back, buddy. All right.
The JJ McCarthy League?
JJ McCarthy might qualify, actually.
You know what would be hilarious if in the year that you make a JJ McCarthy League, he has some sort of weird resurgence.
That would be hilarious. Okay, so after Trey McBride, we had the Caleb Williams, Joe Burrow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
You know what's hilarious? That is nuts. That is so funny. I messaged Tubza and I said, do you fancy a little trade down from the 301? Because I'm like, how is Loveland still on the board? And then
look,
EVBot goes full heel.
I gotta say,
both tight ends.
I actually think that's great value this time, EvBot. I actually thought Colson Loveland at the 212 and a full point premium is great value. And a full point premium, I'm taking Loveland over Achan, London, Dart, Lamb. I probably would have justified him at the 207 onwards. So you could even make a case of like him or Burrow. So look, like EvBot, you're gonna want to turn your auto draft off. You're gonna go to the top where your queue is and turn off that auto pick. But don't feel bad about that 212 with Loveland. That's actually a really, really good pick in my opinion. So, see, Mark Sanchez, I don't think we can call him a bust because while he wasn't the best quarterback, he did lead the Jets to a playoff. That's respectable, okay? But have I seen any from you guys? We said JJ McCarthy as a joke. That might be funny to do.
Yeah.
Some of these names, like Charles Rogers, is a good shout out, but he's probably not got enough aura to. Anthony Richardson is not a terrible.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Idea,
Anthony Richardson has to be in there.
That's pretty good. Someone said
Without
Anthony Richardson. Would you say Mitch Trubisky counts as a bust because he had some really good years in Chicago?
I don't think he fits what you're trying to do here.
Yeah.
I think you're trying to get like quintessential busts. Like
Yes.
this is like you think bust, these are the players you think of. Mitch Trubisky was a bad pick and not worth the second overall pick, but he wasn't a.
Yes. Jalen
I don't think
Polk
he's-
is a good one. That may be too dynasty coded, but I'll put it in there.
I think the recent ones are fine. Like, I mean, yeah, a second round wide receiver that never did anything. Okay, sure, but like, I think that works for the people are gonna know who that is. Not that they won't know who Mitch Trubisky is, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. If I see any others that are super intriguing, I'll give them a chat. We did talk about the Flock League auditions last week. Has anybody from the land community submitted yet? We haven't. There's still time. How does the time work?
We got lots of time. So if, I don't even think that like the earlier the better even makes sense here. It might even be, some people's strategy to see what is going well. You can submit as many clips as you want. So if you submit an original clip, your first one, and it doesn't really get the response that you hoped for, there's going to be, more opportunities for you to submit afterwards.
Tim Tebow is a good shout in the chat. One thing I would just want to say, like, guys, if you're gonna do a submission for the Flock League, maybe you're interested in what I'm looking for. Maybe you're not. I'll tell you exactly what I'm looking for. Again, if you don't know, the Flock League is taking submissions. It's $100K to first place. You can submit by posting on social media and include 2026 Flock League audition in the caption. Read all the fine print, flockleague.com. But I got to be honest with you guys. I'm not looking for you to do an impression of someone in the league. Transparently,
it's been done.
It's kind of overplayed, right? This idea of like, there's going to be a lot of people taking their shirt off and pretending to be Mason. I mean, I did that like week 3 of the first year of the Flock League. It was funny then. Probably not creative enough now to stand out. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's not funny, all right? Like, still funny. But here where I'm coming from. I'm trying to be helpful here. You need to add a creative, unique spark and be an entertainer. This is not about how you're the smartest guy in fantasy football. If you submit a video and say, I'm really good at fantasy football, transparently, I don't care, all right? I'm trying to find someone who can create really funny content, a funny character. You can add something that's not already there. We already have enough white dudes who are like ridiculously obnoxious and believe everything that comes out of their mouth. All right. We already have enough of those guys. Okay. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all.
Full on that.
All right. Completely at capacity for, the white guy who thinks everything that he says is correct and thinks he's the best fantasy football player in the world. I want you to show me something funny. I want you to show me something unique. Something that I can walk away saying, I can see it. I can see how that guy would contribute
on the clock, by the way.
I am on the clock. Open to a tier down here. There's some good picks on the board, but anybody want to move up here at all? Send me an offer.
My wanting to maybe move up one spot is dependent on who you plan on selecting.
Interesting.
Any chance you'd like to share that information with me?
If you message me, I'll be honest with you.
Okay. I sent you a message on Discord.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, you're a You're a little guy, you know that? You're a
You
little...
look at my rankings on the site.
I know, but like, yeah, you would say that, wouldn't you?
I mean, that's who I was gonna draft anyway.
There's nothing that makes sense here. I'll do this. Let me know. You got 13 seconds.
I'm gonna make the pick, and we're gonna negotiate this because I'm not far off.
Okay. Let me know who you would want at 3-5 or 3-6.
All right, give me
Just
this
to make
small 408 to 504, I think, and it's a deal.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. On top, no, I can't do that.
Oh, come on.
No, I can't. How could I possibly?
Okay, then let me ask for something less.
I'll hear you something less. Let me just queue up what I want here.
Offer sent.
You know, it's not like I would have wanted Pickens, but that's not that badly.
Okay, no worries.
So that's fine. That's fine. Okay, I will. I think I'll just make these 2 picks. I think is what I'll do.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll just make these 2 picks. Okay. First one is definitely going to be Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, I like it.
And I mean, I'll listen if anybody wants to trade up. Like, I am more than happy to listen to any and all offers.
Yeah. Again, on the Flock League stuff, just gonna be honest with you, you have to be like an incredibly funny person for you to sit at a desk and for your clip to.
We need bits.
To me. Yeah.
Like we need bits beyond impersonation.
Yeah, exactly. Impersonation bits aren't going to get you far. Unique, like
creativity.
Again, I know. I was the only one who was super high on this guy. Well, I guess I wasn't the only one last year, but like the Black Batman bit, I wish I could have voted because that was just like to me.
Do you though?
Yeah.
Zach, do you think about that for a second? No. Think about really. Think
I've
about
told
that.
you this before. I would have given him a higher vote than yours.
No, that's fine. No, that's but what if you could go back in time and sway it so that Black Batman won the competition? Would you?
Yeah. Better entertainment for the league, 100%.
Wow. knowing what you know now.
Knowing what I know now.
Carefully.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, so you're saying knowing what I know now, right? Yes.
Then definitely yes, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and look, I understand that like what I'm asking you guys to do if you're gonna submit clips is hard. I mean, I even think back to TD Vulture last year. The guy goes out, gets all of his buddies, his old buddies, right, from his league, and they do like this skit where they're like, you know, like there's intention, there's effort,
He's like
it's
rapping.
unique, right?
Yeah.
And I understand that, like, me sitting here telling you, like, you know, hey, I'm asking you to do something unique and go outside of your comfort zone. But at the same time, like, if you're upset about that, and I'm not saying anybody is, but if you're like, oh, Zach wants me to put effort in, like, dude, you could win $100,000. All right? I'm not going to be like, insane. I'm not going to be like,
guys,
oh,
I came in third
submit,
last year.
You know, anything.
Like. I can't. Anything can happen, and I like Caleb in the chat says correct. Sammy wasn't the smartest at fantasy football, and see what we got. But look, like somebody also Hut HD commented, "I'm a sports reporter and was thinking of making a video to submit. Do you have to be a fantasy football content creator? No, it's a fan competition.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a competition of people who watch the Flock League, enjoy it, watch the content, and want to be a part of it. And also, yeah, so somebody said picturing a stream where Black Batman is here instead of Sammy.
Would have been an easier transition. All right.
Zach would have loved that. Oh my god. So Tyler Warren goes.
Am I allowed to say that? I don't know.
I took.
What's up, Kyle?
Good for
Welcome in.
optics. Good for optics, if nothing else. I took Amika Egbuka at the 306, so I started Mahomes, Puka, and Amika Egbuka.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Put some effort in, y'all. Yeah, and again, to add to Huth, who says, like, I'm a sports reporter and was thinking of making a video to submit, do you have to be a fantasy football content creator? Again, like, I'm so glad you asked that. I know Sammy's already talked about it, but no, absolutely not. I don't
think he thinks that I was always a content creator.
Right, like Sammy wasn't a content creator. But I don't, like, if you were to pull, okay, so let me say it this way. There's a lot of really good fantasy content creators out there. But do I think they are better characters for a fantasy league than the potential of you guys out there in the world? Absolutely not. I think there's way more potential of what you guys, the audience, can bring than what another fantasy football creator can bring. All right, we got fantasy football creators. We want your creativity, your uniqueness, okay?
The whole thing was sort of like brought up as an idea last year.
Yeah.
Because, you know, everybody wanted something different. And they wanted something that was going to spice it up and that was going to, you know, add a unique element. And, you know, regardless of it being me or not, that's exactly what it did.
Yep.
And look, it's such a cool experience. Like, just that entire thing for me, like that whole, you know, ordeal was just a complete fever dream. Like, just like unlike anything else I've ever experienced. It was so freaking cool.
First time.
And I think
I fed you. I'll never forget.
First time Zach fed me was actually at a Chick-fil-A in Austin, Texas. Fed me some grilled nuggets under the table.
You know what? Evbot clearly has a queue. I keep saying, hey, you probably want to turn your queue off because it's going to auto pick every pick, but I'm guessing they have a queue. Evbot, if you want to take more time on your picks, you don't have to, but you can go to the queue section and remove that auto draft. Now it's auto picking from your queue that you have set up, but if you just know you don't want to negotiate any trades or anything and you know exactly you want to pick, then fair enough, but trying to help out if I can.
That Loveland reveal was wild.
Yeah.
We had a bit of a quarterback run there at the end of the third round.
That's right, Joe. Joe said it's like American Idol for nerds. Exactly. Exactly right.
It is like American Idol for nerds. No, absolutely. We're just trying to find our Kelly Clarkson.
Exactly.
Did I say something? Did I say something? Pause. I said grilled nuggets.
Yeah.
He fed me grilled nuggets under the table.
Jared says, I just hope it doesn't go to some TikTok person who has all the video skills. See, this is the thing. Last year, again, I keep going back to the Black Batman thing, just because I thought it was super unique, and I just thought him as a person, he was very funny. Like I saw a ton of Eddie Murphy. And this is the thing. Like he wasn't a good video editor. He was just a funny person. You know, funny premise.
The quality was terrible.
Batman
the lighting
eating
was awful.
Chicken McNuggets. It's like,
yeah,
you know, it's just.
Guys, go watch. I think the Flock League. I don't know if Nick, the editor, posted it on the Flock League YouTube channel, but it's definitely on X. And if not, you can go watch it in the audition video from last year. Like my thing is terrible. I edited it with iMovie, putting like you know, Times New Roman font on the lyrics on the screen. It was not well made or anything like that. This is not a video editing competition. This is all that matters is that you are funny. That's the only thing that matters.
Truly. If you're funny, if you can entertain, that's what matters. And you got to keep in mind, like, whatever, like, if you're going with a particular shtick here, you have to think about how that's going to translate to being in the actual league. You know, like the wizard guy, for example, was really funny. But then I'm like, okay, I need to see beyond this.
Yeah,
Can't
you can't be the wizard the whole time.
The entire
yeah,
time.
Which then he wasn't. He showed some more stuff, and I really like. He was in the chat earlier as well. I saw him.
Oh, okay.
Shout out.
By the way, to anybody who's submitting, good job. Like you guys are killing it. So
yeah, it takes a lot of it takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there.
Yep, 100%.
Into the fourth round here. I'm about to be on the plaque. Fernando Mendoza goes at the 406.
Oh,
and then Luther Burden.
I'm guessing I had no chance because you were gonna draft him, but I wanted him.
Break my freaking heart, dude. Would you?
That sucks. Joe says, y'all sound like movie executives looking for a hidden star. That's pretty much how I feel.
Kind of what it is, honestly.
My goal is to find someone who I think has real potential to, yeah, I mean, guess you could say be a star. This is a full point premium Superflex startup draft.
Okay, so Jonah told me to take the reins. I'm not. I am not.
Whatever you're gonna do, don't do it.
I am not holding myself to the shackles that I did last week, and I mean shackles literally.
Shackle yourself.
I mean shackles literally. Because I'm gonna take Rashid Rice.
Terrible pick. Awful pick. Really,
and that does give
really
me the stack with Mr. Patrick Mahomes.
Hate it.
Is Jonah gonna yell at me in the DMs? What do you think?
No, I think
he said expletive. Yeah, so in a good way.
All right, I am on the clock here, and I'm gonna grab a rookie, Mr. Jordan Tyson. Welcome to the squad at the 409.
He was next for me as well. It's a good pick.
Yeah. How many submissions did we get last year?
I think it was just over 200.
Yeah. We didn't get to show all of them, obviously. The
process was completely different, though. Last year, it was just everybody emailed their submission to Mason. Some people posted them on social media, but
which is such a silly way to do it. Looking back, like why? I mean, obviously, I'm not saying Mason's silly, but like, why didn't we think about this earlier?
There wasn't a thought to like make any buzz or content about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he watched them all, picked some of his favorites, and then brought them to the league.
Yep. Okay, after Jordan Tyson, Lad McConkey, and Chase Brown come off the board, I was definitely considering Lad McConkey as well. So cool to see him kind of get drafted. I was gonna say, when is Fannin coming off the board in a full point premium? Not a bad pick there. What would Fannin's rookie year have looked like in a full point premium? I'll tell you. As a rookie, Harold Fannin. Oh shit, I did that wrong. Sorry. Excuse my language. As a rookie, Harold Fannin would have scored 16.2 points per game. Not bad if you ask me.
That's not bad at all. That is not too shabby.
Not too shabby. Is Scotsman in the chat? Yeah, I guess I'm asking for permission. Do you want a task? A fun task? That's what I want to ask you. Do you want a fun task for the 504? I need to know
Would you like a chore, sir?
Yeah, some people will call this a chore. I would happily do this chore. I guess I want to know.
Last week is this like
Yeah.
this is like you drafting 3 quarterbacks through 6 rounds last week?
I think it's a fun chore. I don't know what you would think about it.
I think it's a fun chore. That's so good. That is so good. Oh, that's funny, man. That's really funny. I don't know what I want to do here. If anybody wants to, I got 2 picks in a row here. If anybody wants to trade up to one of these, I will be definitely more than happy.
I guess Scotsman, my question would be
Six Flags fun. I don't think this will be.
Yeah.
I don't think this is in the same tier as Six Flags, but
do you enjoy trading? Just yes or no. Do you enjoy trading?
This is not. This is. Not, you're not gonna get the answer you want from that.
Okay.
He says yes. He likes trading.
Then I know what I'm gonna do. Welcome home, Tucker Kraft. I just don't think Kraft can go any further.
Wow, that is not what I expected at all.
Don't see how he can go any further in a 4-point
And Dak
premium.
went. Jeez, this is like the sharpest room of all time.
Were you gonna go Kraft?
I was gonna go Dak.
Okay, Dak.
Okay. Okay, definitely have one pick I want to make.
Scotsman, I'll explain why I did that. Full point premium.
The second one.
Okay. I wouldn't put Kraft and Fannin in different conversations. I thought Fannin was a good value there. Christian Watson signing this extension does not tell me that he's their number 1 featured weapon. It tells me that Tucker Kraft is still the focal point of this offense. Last year, he had 117 points in a regular format. Okay.
Ooh.
And I can tell you, in this format, he scored 18.7 points per game. I couldn't have found you a receiver here that was going to score 18 points per game this year, or that scored 18 points per game last year. Well, I could, but they would be old. So a little bit of a task, but if you want to move McBride and build around Kraft because we got a huge McBride value, do it. If you want to build around both of them, flex both of them in a full point premium, do it. But that's why I said, do you like tasks? So Makai Lemon is your pick here at the 505.
Yeah, I have the 506 as well. I'm talking to Rowan about a little trade up. Fortunately, I ran out of time there.
Okay. Now,
Rowan's thinking. He's got 45 seconds to think.
Briz going Javonte at the 502 is tough because in most of these drafts, I'm able to get Javonte pretty cheap. But
he does go a lot later, but you and I love his outlook.
Yeah, so Javonte right now on average is 606 in startup drafts. So I didn't want to take him there, even though he would have been in my rankings. Just wanted to see how far he might fall.
Okay, Rowan, we can talk about that, but that's obviously not for this pick. I'm going to take Jadarian Price here.
Brizzleton, who's in this draft, by the way, said, I've played in high tight end premium leagues for a while, and I just think you really need tight end early after the first 2 to 3 tight ends. Then it's week to week pretty much. I'm giving the blueprint. Now, he doesn't have much reason to say that unless he believes it, because he does not have a tight end right now. But, yeah, I would love to walk away from a full point premium startup draft with McBride and Kraft, and then just the amount of trades I could explore. That's why I asked if you are you know, if you're ready for a task, if you will. Okay, he says, I don't think you really need tight end after the first 2 to 3. Well, that would be what Brizzleton would say, as he doesn't have a tight end through the first 5 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're
I would say the same thing. Guys, no one draft tight ends. We don't need them.
Yeah, Rowan, it's just not the drop from me to the next guy that I would be taking at the 5'8" here is just a little too much for me to be comfortable with that. But I appreciate.
I'll send you something, Rowan.
Sir. He was trying to move up.
I'll send him something.
I don't think he wants Tucker Craft. I mean, you never know.
If he doesn't, then he's a fool. And that's on him.
I thought this was Scotsman's chore.
Yeah, well, I said I enjoy chores as well.
So you're taking on your own chore that you've made.
Why not? I love trading. Despite people hating it, I love trading.
Yeah, how dare you, honestly.
Rowan says he's all ears.
He's all ears. He's got nothing else but ears.
My entire body is ears. All of me.
So stupid. All of me is ears.
Scotsman says, I dig letting Zach draft for me because I don't think a single fiber of my being would have not clicked a running back at this point.
Hey, man, you got to be flexible, you know?
Nah, Rowan. Sorry. I think Kraft's more valuable than that.
He goes with Quinshawn Judkins. Okay, I've got a big Q queued up here.
But saying, honestly, other than Kraft, do you think the next handful will do better than Williams next year? I don't know. I can't really. that is definitely sentiment territory. So,
well, look, you're comparing it like this is my thing about the big premiums. They're obviously valuable, but at the same time, like every tight end gets the extra points. So
yes,
while the elite guys are getting exponentially boosted,
yeah,
right? Because they obviously score more, and so their boost is bigger. Everybody gets boosted.
Well, this is the thing,
right?
though. I believe Kraft has been underrated the entire offseason. So yeah. I would personally say he's someone that benefits from the premium as well in a way that, again, last year would have scored, what was it, 18.7 points per game? Is that what I said? So
yeah, I
think he's a focal point of the offense. It's a good question, Baba. You know, I traded away Rome Odunze twice last week, and I don't think I'm ready to talk about it just yet because I have a video upcoming, but overall, I would say, yes, I'm slightly concerned. Jonah. I am drafting, yes, for someone. I'm drafting for Scotsman at the 109. And I'd like to pre-apologize for people in the chat who are annoyed that we're doing that.
It's honestly ridiculous of you. Rowan, I'm going to send you another something, brother.
Yeah, Ladabub says, others scored 13. I don't know about you guys, but there's a significant difference for me between 13 and 18 points per game in my roster at the tight end position. I would call that a significant gap in value at a onesie spot. Okay, Evbot did turn off the auto pick.
Let's see what he does.
I will say this league, the top tight ends are hard to come by. Both myself and Evbot have 2 of them.
Hoarders, you may call them.
As Henderson comes off the board.
I hear Evbot is boycotting the wide receiver position.
We have the opposite build, really.
The wide receivers versus the running backs, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Bo Nix, Johnny Taylor, Travion Henderson, all off the board. That's how I view it, Spides, but I guess everybody's going to view it a little bit differently. But absolutely. I look at Tucker Kraft and I ask myself, who's a better flex right now on the board in Dynasty? Yeah. That's how I viewed it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I always view these huge premiums, is that it does obviously lift the top guys, but more so than that, it just makes... Oh, Loveland traded.
Loveland was traded to Cool Mac. All
Loveland
right.
was traded.
So, Evbot, what was the trade? Let's see.
So, Cool Mac now has the Bowers, Cool Mac has the Burrow Chase stack and the Caleb Loveland stack.
Wait. So, Loveland went for the 607 and a first. So, we don't know who the 607 is going to be.
We're about to find out, yeah.
Okay. Honestly, I think that's a good price for Cool Mac.
Yeah, I mean, having the Chase... Look, he's going to have 5 players and no first through 6 rounds. But it's Caleb Loveland's burden.
Oh, wait, he sent his 27 first. That is...
Yeah,
that is a tough build. I kind of understand why Evbot would be intrigued by that.
It's relying a lot on 2 offenses, but it's 2 offenses that could go absolutely nuts, right?
In hindsight, I do kind of see why Evbot's intrigued by the offer, because Coolback's got to build out an entire roster. Doesn't have his first anymore. That's tough.
Did we lose Zach?
No.
Oh, you're there.
Yeah.
Oh, you were just like still. Completely still.
Yep. You know me. Just taking it all in. Okay. Devonta Smith off the board here.
Devonta Smith off the board. Evbot, I'm wondering, Evbot, if you're listening, if you have any interest in acquiring more picks before you make this one here. I'm going to send you an offer.
Gilliam with the super chat says 12-team super flex, trade a late first and a third for Brees. Yes. Yes. It's exactly the type of offers at the beginning of the stream that we were begging. I was begging people to make. So if I can make that offer, it'd be donezo.
Gonna try this. Evbot, I just sent you something.
I do have the Knicks game on in the background, by the way. I know Gilliam said go Knicks. So I'll have it on in the background. As we, in the 6th round, have seen Marvin, Saquon, Brian Thomas, Zay Flowers, Devonta Smith, Jordan Love all off the board. as last second.
The trade.
A trade goes down.
Okay. So I have no time to think about this, but it's going to be Jared Goff.
Okay. Jared Goff
at
off the
the
board.
6-7. And then I did just trade my first. So I need to be thinking... I'm going to go with Kyron Williams in the 6th round here.
Okay, Kyron Williams off the board. I've got a running back that I personally have ranked right next to Javonte, Travion, Chase, Brown, Judkins. I have him available on the board here. And Cam Scatterboo is going to be the pick. What's up, Papa Dunk? Welcome in, man. So who's going for what teams tonight? Who are you rooting for?
I genuinely don't care. Not a basketball.
I
not
like
really
to see
a
the
basketball
Knicks win.
guy enough to.
I just think the Knicks winning is good for the sport. Another trade went down in the Medusa League. Let's talk. We've had a couple trades. Let's see. So, the trade that you and Jonah did is you gave up your first.
I am Jonah.
Yeah, and the 1105 got back the 801 and the 607.
So basically, I traded my first for Jared Goff, and then moved up 3 rounds.
Yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad. Everyone's, well, not everyone actually. Wow. It's a 50-50 split right now. We got some Spurs fans in the chat. Wow, the poll is saying the Spurs. I'm disappointed. No, I'm kidding. I agree. Like, a Knicks sweep would be crazy. I think this is a big game for Wembanyama's legacy right now. Not that his career, he's still so young, but I mean, you got to come out here and show some fight. All right, Bucky Irving is the pick here at the 6'10". And it looks like we have a trade window maybe that's been called. We always see the celebrities here in the garden. Apparently the cheapest ticket is like $5,000.
Oh, apparently it's insane, yeah.
Eli Manning in the building. I love that they brought back the final the Larry O'Brien in the middle of the court. I wish I did that last year for the Thunder, but I'm glad they finally brought that back. In my opinion, Cat's been the finals MVP so far.
Brizzleton called his trade window here.
Yep. Dynasty Wizard said Wemby legacy game on the line in his first year in the playoffs. Cut a brother some slack. Hey, even LeBron in his first year with a far less superior roster, all right, was able to show
his legacy is definitely not on the line. But
I said it, yeah. I'm not saying his legacy is on the line. That's not what I said. But if you want to be in the GOAT conversations, the greatest of all time, which is what people are placing him in, you need to show up and not be the reason that your team loses. You can't make silly mistakes. Yeah. You got to be...
Yeah.
The narrative has to be, You know, he did all he could. The team let him down.
Yeah.
Oh, dangerous pass. De'Aaron Fox with a crazy turnaround there. Okay. After Scatterby, we have Bucky Irving, Baker Mayfield, Cam Ward off the board there. Bad turnover from Bridges. Michael, I think this is pretty fair to say. A Knicks win will be good for the sport, but I don't think it'll be good for the state of New York.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's going to be.
I am worried about the people of New York if the Knicks win the finals.
Yeah.
Wow, 68% of my chat wants the Spurs to win. What is going on with my chat right now? Come on, y'all.
Brizzleton, I'm going to send you something here.
Wouldn't be starting off hot here.
Actually.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Wemby's on. He's in a great start right now.
Let's just see, Brizzle. In case you want to... Oh, God, do I want to do that? Yeah. Yeah, I do. In case you want to... You don't like who you see here. I apologize that I've given you no time to look at this. That's my bad. I'm too indecisive. He goes Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs off the board.
Where are we at? Where am I at with Rowan? Where are we at, Rowan?
There's two players I want here. I think I'll be happy regardless of what happens with Crush. That was definitely one of them, but we'll grab Travis Etienne here. Not a bad start, Scotsman. Oh my gosh, what a shot from Jalen Brunson. Jameson Williams off the board.
That's an insane value, man. I can't even, like, wrap my head around him.
I like it a lot. Jeb says he's a Pacers fan, so F the Knicks. Kenyon Sadiq off the board here at the 706. I think that's pretty good value.
That's a good value and a full point premium. And then Sam Laporta right after. Okay, Rowan's on the clock. Rowan, we can get something done here, brother. You know that we can. Just call your little trade window.
Oh, come on.
I can't. There's no longer a player here worth that to me. Rowan, unfortunately. Unfortunately, there's no longer a player here. He already used his window. Yeah, so, Rowan, you just pick. We won't be able to get it done. That's all right. There isn't a player here worth that to me.
Okay, looks like we got a lot of NBA fans who support Eastern Conference teams. Mike says Knicks are due. Wemby is young. Will have a great career. Yeah, for sure. I see people talking about Wemby as the greatest of all time, which I don't think it's crazy to say he could become that. After Jameson, we have Sadiq Laporta and Casey Concepcion. Which have we factored in that losing Miles Garrett could lead the Browns to throwing even more? Like, has anyone even factored that into
I don't know if we have factored
how we evaluate this offense in Cleveland? I feel like
I'm not sure.
Harold
it hasn't
Fannin.
factored in yet.
You know, I don't get the Harold Fannin hate, not in this draft, but just in the redraft community.
It's just the quarterback play. It's the quarterback play,
which
right?
I understand,
it's
but
gonna be atrocious.
Yeah, it wasn't good last year either. But with Shedeur Sanders, he was averaging over 13 points per game, and they're going to be down in a lot of games. They need to throw a lot of cupcake layups for Fannin.
He was averaging, you said 13?
Yeah, over 13 points per game with with Shedeur Sanders as a quarterback. He actually had more points per game with Sanders than any other quarterback.
He was good. He was good. Let me just...
What's up, Noah? Badaki's moved on. He is creating a clothing label, which is what he's passionate about. We announced that back in February. Jalen Brunson at the line. And the Spurs are coming out hot here, y'all.
Damn.
But Schul Tootin in the 7th. Pretty good value there as well.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's all right. That's all right.
Whew. I know, Mike. I know. It's hard to reply to all of them. Landry Shamit's trying to shake Wemby's ankles here. CJ Stroud off the board at the 7-11. Papa Dunk says Wemby statistically can't catch LeBron unless he puts up unheard of numbers for the rest of his career. Yeah, I don't think I would bet on him breaking LeBron's like point record, but I think it'll come down to like championships and overall impact is the way people will look at it, because people still have Michael Jordan as the GOAT, and that's a lot about what he did on the biggest stage, but no one's talking about how, you know, in that GOAT debate, you know, I can't consider Michael because LeBron has more points in his career. LeBron's longevity at the height of the play that he had will never be repeated.
So I went Kyle Pitts at the 801 there.
Okay.
Full point premium. I like that quite a bit.
All right, so I thought Tootin was a fun pick there. Kyler at the 709 is a fun pick. Michael Wilson at the 802. That ends up being 2 rounds after Marvin. Add Vito on the clock here. He has May, Lawrence, nice receiver room. And now it looks like he's starting to build up them running backs. As Derrick Henry also coming off the board. We're starting to get into the weeds a little bit.
We are.
So you're pretty much all in with this build for Jonah, right?
Traded our 27 first. Yeah, so we're trying to compete.
Yep.
For sure. Gonna make decisions with that in mind going forward.
Y'all, sir. By the way, y'all, if you haven't, if you're only a Dynasty guy, totally okay. But a lot of you play Dynasty and Redraft. So if you haven't gone and subscribed to the Fantasyland Football channel yet, I've been posting content on there for the last month now. we'll continue to post and just post more and more. So make sure you're subscribed over there. But a lot of the content is related to Dynasty football as well. A lot of people I see commenting on my videos, assuming they're Dynasty videos over there, but they're not.
Yeah, it can get a little confusing. Well, it shouldn't, I should say. It shouldn't be. There's the Dynasty channel and the Fantasy channel.
Wild Dog is saying, he messaged me that someone else is in the chat messaging for him, and I'm not sure how that works. I said, I'm not sure if you've been hacked or what's going on. He messaged me last stream and was saying that someone was messaging for him, which...
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Somebody has, it's probably his son. His son probably logged into his YouTube account.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought it said, is somebody pranking you? Is it someone in your family?
It's gotta be.
We might have an imposter in the chat.
Among Us, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Bryce Young off the board at the 804. Rowan, currently our commissioner for this league, obviously, is sitting with Josh Allen, Lamb, Tate, Smith, Concepcion, also James Cook and Quinshon Judkins. I don't know what's going on with Wild Dog's account, but you gotta maybe contact YouTube, or I'm not sure, because
he says I'm not. He did not send all these messages.
You told me last time someone was sending messages for him, which
Wild Dog, it is. I am 100% sure it's your son. He's logged into your YouTube account, and he's sending messages on your behalf.
It's either someone's trolling him, or
identity theft is not a joke. Identity
No.
theft is not a joke.
No,
it affects millions of families every year.
as the Dwight Schrute once said.
The great Dwight Schrute. He said his son doesn't have YouTube. Well, you do.
Well, it's got to be.
Like, this cannot. Somebody has your account, and I'm just saying it's.
He said he better not. He'll get a
whooping. I would go ask him.
Well, I don't even know. We don't even know if Wild Dog actually said this, or if someone else said it on his. It
could. It might not be him. This is true. We got to be careful. Eli Stowers, I think, is a really good pick there as well.
Yeah, I like the Stowers pick for sure. In a full point.
Like, this is the range that I have Stowers just normally.
Right.
Seems like we went kind of tight end crazy, and then we stopped, and these sort of 7th, 8th round guys are going around where they normally would. Actually, yeah, Zach, I'm curious. Like, where does Pitts normally go? Could you pull that up for me?
Yes. Let's have a look. Kyle Pitts.
I think normally he's an 8th round guy.
On average, is a 7-11.
And there have been some full point premiums in there, but lately they've been less.
Yeah.
And he falls to the top of the 8th round here. Okay, I'm on the clock in one pick.
As Sam Darnold off the board.
See what Cool Mac does here. Is Cool Mac going to ruin my dreams? Is he going to ruin my life? We'll find out. Do you ever, like, you're in a draft and, like, you have, like, a bunch of guys that, like, whoa, whatever. But there's one guy you want. He's at the top of your queue, and you're like, okay, it wasn't Travis Hunter. All right, that's a good value, though. We are competing. We need running back. So why not just, like, take a guaranteed RB2? DeAndre Swift.
Okay. DeAndre Swift off the board. Oh my gosh. OG Anunoby is a monster. I'm on the clock here.
We got a trade completed, by the way. Rowan gets up and steals Tyler Shuck.
Tyler Shuck no longer available.
For a first? I feel like he sent his first. He did.
I'm going to grab a quarterback as well. I'm going to grab Ty Simpson here.
Ty Simpson. Rowan sent his 2028 first and the 1205 for Tyler Shuck there.
Okay, 28 first
That's a
and the
scary one, man.
1205 for
Tyler
Shuck. Yeah.
Tyler Shuck, look, me and Rowan don't agree on a lot of things. Tyler Shuck is not a guy that I would pay a future first for. No shot.
I like Shuck. I'd be willing to
There's
overpay
just
for him in the
no-
right scenario. Like if I had a team
no
where
guarantee whatsoever.
no guarantee, but I mean, there's no guarantee for Baker Mayfield. You know,
Baker Mayfield has a contract. Baker Mayfield earned a long-term contract as a starter. Tyler
Right.
Shuck played 9 good games.
and in those games he showed ridiculous upside. So there is risk reward. He added Jordan Tyson. I think if you're a contender and like your last piece is a good quarterback too, I don't think it's like the worst idea in the world to take a shot on him, but
I just think that look, also like underratedly, the schedule for the Saints when Shuck was starting, cakey as heck. Like,
he's still in the same conference though. He's still facing the Panthers, Falcons, Bucks
but
twice a
he
year.
also played I think his non-divisional games were the Jets, the Titans, and the Dolphins
Sure.
down the stretch. Like, I just for me, sending a first round pick, sending a future asset like that with so much liquidity.
I think he's just good. I just think he's good, but you could be right.
I can't do it for a guy like Baker Mayfield goes 4 picks before Jared Goff, 8 picks before. Those like for sure quarterbacks. Those are the guys I'm comfortable setting first for.
Okay.
I think Tyler Shuck is just still such a massive what if. He could get benched this year, like genuinely. Like he could just not be good.
I'd be shocked if he gets benched. I mean, I think he's shown enough to warrant at least a year of starting. And I get like docking him for the schedule. At the same time, like everyone's hyped up about Drake May. And I know he's a much better prospect, but he had the worst strength of schedule like historically in decades last year.
He also went to the Super Bowl though.
Yeah, but like how difficult was that?
And was
path
the second
really
and was
to
the
Super
third
Bowl?
overall pick.
Was the Broncos and Jarrett Stidham
pick.
a really difficult task to overcome?
The Broncos the best defense in the league?
I don't know. I don't think we can
Drake
watch.
May wasn't on the field at the same time as Jarrett Stidham. I mean, you can't possibly make that compare. I get your argument, but Drake May is a sure thing.
Sure.
You could still want to sell him from the 101
What I'm trying to say,
value, of course.
What I'm trying to say is, I don't think we can use that argument because it can be used against players that we value very, very highly. And I know that Drake May is a better prospect. That's not what I'm saying, but there's a reason Shuck is going in the 7th. When in reality, Shuck could be a 4th round startup pick next year. We don't know. I think he showed a lot.
Even that I find hard to see.
I'm not going to dock him for the schedule. He had it. He couldn't change it. He performed. And he performed up there with some of the best quarterbacks in the entire league. I mean,
his advanced like metrics in terms of efficiency and stuff, like fantasy points, he was great. In terms of efficiency, he was like bottom.
There's no way that's true
among starters. It is.
He had over 70% completion percentage as a starter from week.
I'm talking about. I literally had him in my sells video that I dropped last week, and after I make this pick at the 905, I'll bring you the stats.
I'm gonna draft Matthew Stafford, so that was my plan all along, was to lock up that quarterback room in LA.
Jordan Addison was a guy that I was interested in. He went. Malik Willis also just went, which was a good pick. Ooh, I like this actually. Let me go new man with the money bags. Give me Christian Watson here.
Yeah, not a bad pick at all.
Okay, let me go find that. Let me go find those numbers for you.
Yes, definitely.
Because he was in my sells video from this past Friday.
Okay.
Okay, so. Okay, so this is per PFF.
Yep.
Among quarterbacks with at least 100 snaps, there was about 44 or 45 quarterbacks. He was 30th in EPA per play, and he was 32nd in success rate.
Okay.
So, I mean, look, you can look at a lot of things. Like he wasn't in terms of like advanced efficiency stuff like that, and that's not the be all and end all. But in terms of those specific things,
how many dropbacks did you put?
This was 100 snaps.
Okay.
Minimum 100 snaps. He was 30th in EPA per play, 32nd in success rate.
Yeah.
So look, like I'm not saying that I
some of that isn't completely reliant on quarterback play, but
well, it's not the offense. It's by him, right?
I thought EPA wasn't just quarterback play.
This is EPA per play on this is on passing plays though. This is quarterbacks have played 100 snaps, but it's his EPA on passing plays. It was his EPA, not
okay.
Which I don't even know. Does that take into account a drop? Like I don't think he gets discredited because the ball is dropped.
I guess that's what I'm asking. I don't know the answer to that.
Well, yeah, no stat, and that's why no stat is perfect. But I'm just saying, like, these advanced numbers, he wasn't phenomenal. He was good for fantasy. He had a nice rushing floor. I think he was so in a 4-point per passing touchdown format. He had 17 points per game in his starts.
Yep,
which is good. It's very good.
Where would Dart rank in those numbers that you just mentioned?
Probably not great.
Okay. I don't have a problem with having Jackson Dart on the team, though.
The difference is that I think that Jackson Dart has a ceiling for fantasy football that Shuck can't touch. Jackson Dart was a better prospect. Jackson Dart was a first-round pick. Jackson Dart was not a 27-year-old rookie or a 26-year-old rookie. I don't think that
all I know is
Shuck's job in this league is solidified whatsoever.
I think that same logic applied to Jackson Dart is what confused me, because I don't think anyone viewed Jackson Dart as some elite prospect either. I mean, they were only 15 picks apart. I know one was a first-round pick and one was a second-round pick, but I love Jackson Dart. I mean, ultimately, we're playing fantasy football. I care about who's going to score the most fantasy points. I definitely get the argument, but from week 10 onwards, only Drake May had a higher completion percentage. He was averaging the 7th most passing yards per game. He had an adjusted yards per attempt also higher than Dart, higher than Caleb Williams in that span. And
those raw numbers don't really, raw passing yards per game don't really mean anything to me, because the Saints defense sucked, and they play it like the fastest pace in the entire league.
Why would that change this year?
I'm not saying it's going to change, but it's not going to make him good. It's not going to make him a good quarterback because they throw a lot.
Okay. I mean,
so my argument is not that I don't think he's good for fantasy if he plays. My argument is that I don't think there's any guarantee whatsoever. I frankly think that
I think the way that this organization has spoken about
him, that he might not
says a lot.
Be the long-term guy.
This organization has spoken very highly of him. The coaching staff has spoken very highly of him. He averaged 70% of his 70% completion percentage from week 10 onwards. I understand that, the EPA is not where you want it to be. Adjusted yards per attempt is a number a lot of people love to use for quarterback play. That was 13th in the league in that span from week 10 onwards. Oh, and by the way, they add Jordan Tyson. They add Travis Etienne. They had no run game at all last year. I mean, Alvin Kamara was a complete nobody last year. If anybody watched Alvin Kamara play, he had nothing left. He had absolutely nothing left. So
yeah,
I don't think that while he was 26 years old as a rookie, he's still a rookie, to do that in his rookie year with basically Chris Olave and Jawan Johnson. That's basically all he had. Not a single rushing attack at all. They were very reliant on him to throw the ball to win these games. I just think he's deserving of more credit to do that as a rookie.
I think that being drafted in the 7th round,
I don't mind the idea of him being 26 or 27 years old. That doesn't bother me at the quarterback position. Again, if we're playing Dynasty in a 2 to 3 year window, I guess I can understand this idea that, there's no guarantee he's a starter. But, I mean, things change drastically each and every year for a lot of players, even the players that have guaranteed contracts. If Baker Mayfield plays the way he did last year again this year, he's not going to get a guaranteed job.
But also the entire but with Baker, the entire offensive line was hurt. Mike Evans was hurt immediately. Chris Godwin tried to come back and couldn't.
Which I understand.
Bucky,
but
he didn't have his starting running back.
With Tyson, he was a rookie, and he adds Jordan Tyson to the arsenal.
He's also 20. He was a 26-year-old rookie.
He's
he
still
played
a rookie,
7 years in college. He backed up Justin Herbert. That's how old he is. He backed up Justin Herbert at Oregon, and he couldn't beat out Spencer Rattler in camp. Like, isn't
but
Tyler
he's
Shuck
in the
epitome
NFL?
of a
He's already
rookie who
shown as a rookie to be a like. If we redid the NFL draft last year, he would have gone higher than where he was drafted.
Yeah, 100%, because he showed that he could play a little bit in 9 games. But Zach, I also watched Will Levis be hyped up for an offseason because of a few good games. Like, second round pick,
I think
same
a
thing.
stretch
he didn't
of
look as
week 10 to 18 is very different than throwing 5 touchdowns against Atlanta one week. Like, when was the Will Levis hype outside of one game?
He looked good in plenty of games down the stretch, besides just the first one where he threw 5
I do
touchdowns.
not remember him looking good in any game outside of the game, the first start he ever had.
It wasn't. I'm not saying it was to the level of Shuck whatsoever. I'm just saying these are the types of guys where they're not good prospects. They get drafted in the second round because, okay, whatever. He flashed, but I cannot buy in that this is some solidified starter long term, and that's what you have to believe when you're setting a first round pick for him.
In his rookie year, he had one game with 26 points. Will Levis. After that, he had 16 as a high. Look, I just feel like we are undervaluing what he was able to accomplish as a rookie because of his age, which I don't think age is going to play a big factor for me in how I'm going to evaluate the quarterbacks.
It's not just the age, though. It's not just age. It's a combination of everything. It's the fact that
so if he was a 20-year-old rookie, Sammy, and he showed what he did last year, you wouldn't have a different opinion of him?
If he was 20 years old?
Yes.
Well, that would mean his prospect profile is completely different.
Exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay. So, but that would mean that he came out at 20. That would make me feel completely different about him.
But that's exactly my point. You would give him a lot more credit if he did what he did as a 20-year-old versus being 26.
Okay. Yes, I would. Yes, I would, because that would mean that
I'm not
going to
dock him for that because
for 7 seasons.
I'm not going to dock him for that, is what I'm saying.
I just think that there are so many guys that look at Parker Washington, right? Like, this is a guy, 4th round pick, fine prospect. Some people liked him as a sleeper, whatever. He flashes a little bit in a situation where Jacoby Myers is learning the offense. Travis Hunter is on IR. Brian Thomas Jr. is dealing with a wrist injury. The Jags go on this crazy run where Trevor Lawrence is throwing for 5 touchdowns a game, and Parker Washington benefits from all of that, and now he's, being drafted in the 6th round of redraft leagues. Like, these guys just come and go so often where we see a little bit of a flash.
I'm on the clock here.
And then we crown them something. And I'm not willing to say that I believe that Shuck is a certified long-term starter in the NFL.
Okay. I think he's got a chance to break out this year. I would not be shocked if he finishes top 10 in fantasy this year. I'm on the clock here. And we're going to go ahead and grab Jaden Higgins off the board.
I didn't see you grab the entire Rams quarterback room. That's kind of fun.
Yes. Ty Simpson in the 8th. I didn't know who to take first, but I figured Ty Simpson, from like a rookie pick perspective, people might see him and think, oh, he's like a top 10 rookie in Superflex leagues. And I wouldn't pay that for Stafford. So now Scotsman has the flexibility here of knowing, hey, I have the Rams quarterback room no matter what. I kind of like that a lot. Did Penix have hype? I don't remember Penix having any hype. Penix also has no rushing upside. I don't remember him having a stretch like this.
Well, yeah, there was that crazy game at the end of the season against the Giants, right? Where like London had like 40 points or whatever.
Right. I don't remember the Penix hype.
But also, Penix was a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Like, that's a completely different thing.
I mean, 8 points per game as a rookie was tough to see in 5 games. 13 in his second year. I just don't remember the hype, I guess. I remember it being like, take a shot on him, but he wasn't getting the Shuck treatment, I don't think.
Because the fantasy points just weren't there. And, like, Shuck, like, people are, like, Shuck has a bit of a... He has, like, the Bo Nix rushing floor.
Yes.
Which is nice. At least, like, that's what he did. That's what he did down the stretch. But, like, for me, I think bottom line, like, I value a future first ahead of Tyler Shuck. Like, I would not send a first for Shuck.
I think he could be more expensive than a first.
He could, of course. He could also be less expensive than a first.
By December. Yeah, but that's why I say I think Baker Mayfield you can make the same case for, though. I love Baker Mayfield. He's proven a lot, but...
Over the past 3 years, he's proven that he is a solid...
Baker Mayfield could be a starter in the NFL. Without Mike Evans, he could still not be a good fantasy option.
Sure, I think that you have to bake both things in. And I don't think Shuck's upside is, like, great enough. Like, what is the range of outcomes? Like, what would have to happen for him to be drafted where Bo Nix is currently going?
Where Bo Nix is
like,
going?
He needs to finish
I said 5th
8,
round.
Right?
I said 5th round.
Okay, sure. I'm just saying that's, like, his ceiling, right? Like, if he finishes...
But
if he finishes top 10...
These guys, like,
and he looks
Dak,
really good.
Baker's a good one, too. Like, when they show you they have good seasons back-to-back, they have that consistent... 5th, 6th round ADP, and I think that's possible for him. I'm gonna take Blake Corum here. That's gonna be all the picks from me, Scotsman. So you are welcome to take over from here on out. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this draft now. We're gonna go to some trade questions, but I can't believe we haven't talked about Tyler Shuck yet. It saddens me that you're not in, but. This is the thing. We don't have to have the same opinion on everything.
Well, in is, like, subjective. I think it depends on what you're talking about. Like, I have him... Where do I have him ranked? I have him ranked at 77.
Okay.
So, I feel like that's close to where he went.
Yeah.
Because 6 rounds is what? 6 rounds is... 5 rounds is 60. 6 rounds is 72. So, I literally have him ranked, like, 2 spots after where he went in this draft.
Yeah.
I just can't send a first for him. That's literally my only...
Yeah, I love Jared Goff. I think Jared Goff's going to be a great player this year, but I couldn't tell you who's going to score more points between him and Tyler Shuck.
But it's not just the points, though. Jared Goff has zero chance of being benched
but this is not
0%.
like a Justin Fields situation where, like, Tyler Shuck can go out there and play like absolute dog shit and, lose his job. If he's scoring fantasy points, I believe that means that he's going to retain his job.
Okay, but where's the guarantee that he's going to score fantasy points?
The way he did last year was completing 70% of his passes with basically Chris Olave. He's not someone who's, like, going to rush for 700 yards, and he's a good passer, in my opinion. You might have a different opinion there.
He's perfectly fine. Like, he's perfectly adequate. He was bottom. He was 30th in 32nd in EPA per play, 30th in success rate. Like, he was fine.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything special in terms of advanced efficiency metrics. So, like, we're kind of going in circles, but
yeah, we'll wait and see, I guess. Okay, that is the end of the segment where we're going to be looking at the draft. I've had some people complain recently that we haven't shown the end of the draft, so we can flash back later on and show you guys the end of the draft. I'm sure you guys will be very interested to see, whose takes Drew Aller in the 15th.
Everybody's dying to know.
So we'll try and do better on that. Okay. We do have a giveaway today. If you guys would like to enter the giveaway, very simple. All you have to do is type the word Gaia into the chat. That is the code word. All right, from today's stream. I am giving away a live team playbook. So all you have to do is like the stream, and then step 2 is to type the word Gaia. Once you've done those 2 things, you'll be automatically entered into today's giveaway. And that is the league that will be drafting this time next week. You can get into a land league simply by becoming a land annual Mother Flocker member. You can draft Tyler Shuck as high or as low as you want to this time next week. It'll be completely up to you at that point. But let's get into some trade questions. Let's jump to some trade questions here because we got quite a few from over the weekend. And Sammy, obviously stay as long or as short as you want.
Yes, sir.
We've got one from Mojo 10 here. Superflex start 9. He would be sending away Coker, the 110, and the 202 for Zay Flowers. So the 110, let's say Omar Cooper. I think I prefer Zay Flowers. Very small league, very small lineup. I think I'm doing Zay Flowers there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, would you send Garrett Wilson and Luther Burden for Jaden Daniels? This is a pretty crazy one. Superflex 12 team start 9. Sheesh. What do we think here?
Like, Luther Burden's on like my do not trade list. Like, I just see no reason to do it.
It's tough because both of these guys are on that list for me.
You're going to feel so... Funnily enough, Garrett Wilson was another guy that I brought in the sell video. Yeah. I'm happy to move off Garrett Wilson. I just... Yeah, I don't... Luther Burden's like the type of guy, like, he will kill you if he goes off. Like, it won't just be... Oh, I wish I didn't trade him.
What about countering with Garrett Wilson, Kyler Murray, and a pick here?
Yeah, I like that better.
Like a late 27.
What's our quarterback room right now? Like, do we need Jaden?
We've got Lawrence, Darnold, Murray. We don't need Jaden necessarily.
Yeah, like I feel
we've got a pretty good lineup all around him, though. I wouldn't be opposed to sending like a late first Kyler. Garrett
what other
Wilson,
wide receivers do we have?
Getting back Jaden Daniels and like some veteran presence or. Let's see. Who could that be? There's no veteran presence here, unfortunately. So remove the first. Maybe you add like a second here. And
what else do we have at wide receiver?
Jaden Higgins or throwing back Jordan Mason. So I think you're close, but yeah, might counter that a little bit. Probably just don't want Burden to be in the deal is what it sounds like for both of us. In an ideal world.
I like your quarterback room. Like, I'm fine with Lawrence Kyler, honestly.
Probably not like a huge need, but he's got such a great roster all around. He could afford an upgrade, especially with 3 firsts and 27. But okay, this is a super flex start 10. I'm guessing the tight end premium is 1.5. Am I reading that right? That would be my guess there. Sending away Jonathan Brooks and Tyler Warren to get back Judkins and Strange. Excuse me. So
wait, no. So the tight end premium thing, I'm gonna have to. I thought that what we figured out was that it basically shows the total points a tight end gets per reception.
That's what I thought.
So that would mean that this league, it's a 1.5 extra.
Mm-hmm. That's how I'm reading it.
Then there's no way I'm trading Warren for Judkins.
Yeah, not possible. Warren is way more valuable than Judkins in a format like that, and I love Jonathan Brooks. So if it really is that type of premium, even if it's a full point and not even the full point and a half, I think you got to keep Warren. G Liff, it's a 1 quarterback 10 team start 9. They would be sending away Breece Hall in a second for Tyson in a first. I would value Tyson and Breece pretty close to each other, so I kind of view this as a free first. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Okay, so we like that trade. Skull, it says trade to contend or keep building Jug in league. He would send away Darnold and a first for Daniels, which seems like a no-brainer to me in such a small league.
100%.
I mean, you've already
see, this is where
he's already got Daniel.
Can the other guy do this?
Can
we do Garrett Wilson, Darnold, and a first for Daniels in the other
league? Exactly. But the thing is, he's already got Caleb Williams, Dart, and Purdy, so he doesn't actually really need Daniels. At the same time, this roster is
here's
just
what I'll do.
stacked, so you might as well take the trade. I don't think you're going to get a better offer.
Yeah. Well, here's what you should do. You should do this, then you should sell Dart because Zach thinks he's going to get benched.
That's not what I said. I'm using your logic. All right. Wobbly runway here. I actually would be curious what Dart's EPA. What was it? EPA per play?
Let me find it. I'll find it.
And what was it? What else was it? EPA per play.
EPA per play and success rate.
And success rate. Which how do they even define success rate on PFF?
I will.
I'd be curious.
Don't you worry your sweet little head about that. Okay.
Wobbly runway here. Superflex 10 team start 10. I'm competing in but 27-1 from a team labeled Pipsqueak. I'd rather have the first at this point if it's going to be an early to mid first. Adding Matthew Golden. I love Matthew Golden, but probably won't change my mind. I'm personally not ready to make a video about it yet, but I am starting to get... I kind of lean where Sammy's ideology was, to begin the year, which is that this is probably Burden and Loveland's offense. I still think Adunze is going to be involved. He's going to have some big games. I think he's a really good player. I'm just a little more worried about the foot injury than the average person. I actually traded away Adunze in 2 leagues that I had him this last week. I got back Pickens, Ferguson, and Cam Ward. I sent away Adunze, my first, and a third. So that's my first Cam Ward share, by the way. And then I believe in the India League, is it where I sold him? Yes, I sold him in the India League for Zay Flowers, Eli Stowers, Summer Showers.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
And then sent Adunze, Max Clare in the 4th away. So I have been selling him personally in leagues. I'm just a little bit worried, like when a player comes out and says this is my new normal, I don't feel right, but I'm going to have to get used to it. That just concerns me. I don't know if he is going to be the same player as the prospect we thought he would be. So yeah, and I love Adunze, but I'm willing to sell him for an early to mid 27 first.
So really quick, Zach. So yeah, EPA per play, Shuck was 30th. The guys around him, Carson Wentz, Jacoby Brissett, Tua, Jaden Daniels, Kirk Cousins, Bryce Young, and then Dart was 19th.
Okay.
In EPA per play. In success rate, again, Shuck was 32nd. Jackson Dart was 21st.
Okay, sure.
So a little better. A little better. He was like very, very middle of the pack in those 2 stats specifically.
Yeah. All right. Andy has a trade question here. It looks like he would send away Zay Flowers in the 103, get back Luther Burden in the 104. I'm very easily going Luther Burden here. I love Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
The 103 and the 104 in the same tier for me. Love Zay Flowers, like I said, but Luther Burden is just one of those players who, if he hits this year, we're talking like potential Amon-Ra St. Brown levels of value. So, yeah, I'll take him.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%.
Scribble says
Wild Dog
that
the
Adunze stuff is reactionary. Sure. Sometimes in Dynasty football we overreact. Sometimes we underreact. Like, how would you like me to react to a young player who, after he suffered a serious foot injury last year, completely fell off the map, and then this year is saying he has to adjust to a new normal because of that injury? Should I not at all adjust my expectations? Personally, I am adjusting expectations. And I'm not saying you have to sell him. Yeah.
It's not like he's taken this massive fall in value and you're selling low. You're selling him at his current market price.
Yeah. I mean, Flowers and Stowers, I would have done that trade before this Adunze news came out, and I love Rome Adunze.
Exactly.
And what was the other trade that I got done? Was it in Lima? Yeah. going to George Pickens and Cam Ward and Ferguson for Rome Odunze in a first. I mean, I don't feel like I'm selling him low, but everyone's going to have their different opinions. Kovner, sending away Jordan Tyson to get Flowers in a first. Love Jordan Tyson, but there's no way I'm not accepting Flowers in a first here.
Yeah, I don't think they're a first apart. 2028 being the pick is a little annoying, but yeah. Yeah, I'm good with the Zay side there. By the way, Wild Dog in the chat. I don't know if this is him or if this is somebody else.
It's not him. I think we should just ignore it. I think he's got to figure out something on the back end. Someone's making his life a little annoying right now.
He says you're a silly goober.
Yeah, I know Wild Dog, and he wouldn't say that.
He wouldn't call you a goober?
No, Wild Dog would not call me a goober. The actual
it's
Wild
very
Dog
offensive.
would not.
So I'm glad that he wouldn't do that.
This guy says rebuilding, but want to turn around quicker. He would send away Luther Burden for 2 late firsts, is what it looks like.
If I'm rebuilding, he wants a quicker turnaround. Doesn't this make your turnaround longer? Because you have.
This is a tough one because in theory, I'm assuming he hasn't leaked his team. I'm assuming he doesn't have 20 of the top 20 Dynasty quarterbacks.
Yeah.
This is a tough one because if Luther Burden does break out, then you will regret this trade. If he is mediocre and scores like 13 points per game, then you will regret not taking this trade. There's no in between, really.
Yeah. I don't get the idea of rebuilding, want a quicker turnaround, sending Burden for 2 firsts. Like, you have an awesome young asset that has yet to break out. He could be the catalyst of your rebuild. Like, if that 27 first ends up being like the 111 and Burden breaks out next offseason, you're going to be like, wow, I got a really late first in this class and then I have to wait another year. Like, you're just delaying when you can. Like, you don't want to be rebuilding for 3 years.
Yeah. I think we're going to keep Burden here. You got to have some pieces to build around. Overall, I agree with that. Snively says, sold T. He wants Rome bad. Lose youth, though. I like this idea. I hate the execution. I mean, Parker Washington is going to have to be everything people want him to be for this to really pan out for you.
Zach, you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
Really quick. So I last week in the best ball community, it was DraftKings week.
Okay.
And DraftKings is known as a bit of like an maybe unk platform is the wrong word, but there's a ton of casuals on DraftKings.
Right.
Okay. Parker Washington's ADP is ahead of Brian Thomas Jr. on DraftKings.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Wait. I thought DraftKings was I know it's like different to Underdog, but I thought there were still sharp people playing on DraftKings.
There are, but if you look at like the entire pool, there's a larger percentage that are like, you'll see crazy things happen there that you wouldn't see on Underdog for the most part.
Right.
But yeah, like just as a whole drafting community, Parker Washington's ADP is ahead of Brian Thomas Jr. And I don't like him. So yeah, I don't like this trade at all.
I don't like this trade. I don't like giving up Jonah Coleman. I don't like that T. Higgins is what you get back in return. I would rather you go out and get Igbuka. And if that means you pay a second on top of this and you get back a third, okay. I would rather go out and get Jordan Tyson in a straight up deal. A lot of people would value them around the same. I don't really like the structure where you're getting T. Higgins.
I don't mind getting T. Higgins, but can I get a better like second asset and like not send Jonah Coleman away?
Yeah. So personally, I would only do this trade if it meant I'm getting Igbuka and Tyson. So he said he sold
if you're able to get
though. I get this may already be done. This trade may already be done, which I don't love it if it's already done.
But he says is he not saying that he sold T, but in this deal he's getting T?
Okay, I apologize. Yeah, you're right.
So I don't know what the sold T thing means.
Yeah, I would need it to be Tyson or Igbuka, and whatever the details are to get there, you guys can discuss. But obviously, you're not going to pay a first and Rome Odunze to get to Igbuka, but a Odunze and a second for Egbuka, or straight up for Tyson. You know, I wouldn't pay a second in a Dunze for Tyson, but straight up for Tyson, like, I think those are the routes I'd like to go. Okay. Mike H, Dynasty 1 quarterback, 12 teams, start 7. He says, this was sent to me. Thoughts? Would love to get Love in a league like this. So he would send away Stroud, Walker, Ferguson, a first and 2 seconds to get back Jeremiah Love, Tucker Kraft, Jared Goff. Let's really break this down kind of one by one. It's a one quarterback, so the Goff and Stroud thing doesn't matter at all whatsoever. Couldn't care less
really
between them.
Care about the quarterbacks.
Pat Bryant doesn't matter in this trade. The 301 doesn't matter in this trade. The seconds and Ferguson, I don't really feel like they matter, but they do. It's a non-tight end premium.
What about like Ferguson in 2 seconds for Kraft? Is that?
Let's
probably take the Kraft side still, but I think it's.
Yeah, let's say that's close enough, right? I'm fine to take this deal. I'm fine to grab Jeremiah Love for this price. I would
Here's
say
my thing. Like,
that
I think
the Goff Stroud swap doesn't really make much sense for me. I would rather remove Jared Goff and CJ Stroud if you can in a counter and get something else in return. Like, because in their mind, that's a perceived upgrade for you. But if instead you can we remove Pat Bryant even, and we add Jaden Higgins to the side that we're getting, right? Like, I'd be open to that. Again, removing Pat Bryant, removing the 301, we add Ricky Pearsall, right? There's just a couple of other ways I'd try and match the value, but anyway.
I don't know if like if I'm trying to compete with this team, which it seems like I am because I'm sending my late first away, I don't want to do it to go Kenneth Walker to Jeremiah Love when I would rather have Kenneth Walker this year. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I get the value makes sense, sure. But I would rather send my late first with like where I'm actually getting an upgrade for this season along with an upgrade for value. Like, you're making your lineup worse by making this move, in my opinion.
With it being a start 7, I don't hate it, but I think that's sound advice. You could counter it and see if adding another second and removing your first would get it done, but yeah.
Is like we have Quinshon Judkins and what else at running back right now?
We have Judkins and Brooks. That's it.
So I'm sending my first, and my running backs are going to be Jeremiah Love, Quinshon Judkins, and Jonathan Brooks.
Yeah, it's certainly not the most stacked team to make a move like this.
Yeah, like I don't want to be setting my first on this. I'd rather.
What if you could send Rome Odunze instead of Ken Walker in the trade? Oh, it might upset.
Can I send Rome instead of the first? Like,
there's some counters. I don't think it's perfect. I think I agree. Overall, I'd prefer to keep your first with a team that's not so like favorited. Papa Dunk, I don't want to get off topic here with the trades that we're doing, but I don't understand this one. What do you mean he plays closer to Jameson Williams?
You mean like insanely explosive, but like and incredible after the catch?
I think they're very similar players personally, but
Burden is so much more like look, nobody is Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra is just like a really special route runner.
Yeah.
I think that.
And I think Burden can become that. He's certainly growing.
Look,
he has the athletic ability to become that. But he's not stretching the field like that.
No, not at all. He doesn't have that kind of like straight line speed. The Burden thing has been exhausted this offseason. Like, it's just like all anybody talks about.
Yeah.
And it's sort of just like you got to decide if you believe in it or not. Like, I think that's just it. Like you can pick a side.
If you were a Burden guy like me last year before the draft, there's been nothing that's happened this entire offseason from the coaching staff perspective and the GM perspective that wouldn't support your already pre-inbuilt opinion of a player and like what they can become.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a single negative report. I mean, sure, comparing him to Amon-Ra is tough.
It's all been positive.
It's just like that's the easiest, that's the easiest player fit, like that slot engine, but you can play him inside, you can play him outside. There's the Ben Johnson connection. Yeah. Anyway, loan. It's a 1 quarterback, 10 team start 9, sending away Harold Fannin, getting back. I don't like this. There's no tight end premium here, but I'm downgrading from Fannin to Sadiq for a second in Rodriguez. Like, there's just no way I'm doing this.
Yeah, no, that's gross.
That's just, I just don't see the benefit. I guess if you have Sadiq and Fannin in the same tier, then fair enough. You can get those guys as free, but it's a small league. It's a 10-team league.
I just don't care about that second round pick.
No, the second doesn't matter. Rodriguez doesn't matter. I don't think I'm really interested in making that move personally. We do have some more trades that I believe came through.
By the way, Zach, we did have a super chat.
Okay.
From Chuck Nola.
Okay, go ahead and read that one out. I see that.
So he says he owns the 106, 7, and 8 in a Superflex league. Needs a running back. Price is going to 105. Lemon is the 106, which he has. Should I reach for Jonah or simply take Casey and Simpson? Yeah, no, I would not be reaching. I would rather trade. Like, if you're gonna, I wouldn't reach for Jonah Coleman at the 107 or 108. I would take the best players available. Whether that's, Casey, Simpson, Cooper, Kenyon Sadiq, if there's a tight end premium. Or if you really need a running back, try and trade, the 107 or the 108. See if you can get a Javonte Williams.
Yeah, I agree.
See if you can get
I wouldn't take Coleman that high.
Kyron or something. No, I couldn't do that. Try and trade down.
Yeah, I wouldn't take him that high.
Try and trade down.
I think it's always a wrong move to trade for need.
Never reach
draft for
need in a rookie draft.
In a rookie draft, yeah. Papa Dunk would be sending away Achane to get back Montgomery and Olave in this trade. He said, pivot to a heavier, deeper wide receiver build to compete, ? I am not a big enough David Montgomery believer to do this trade. I think Devon Achane is being undervalued a lot in the community right now, not only in Dynasty, but also in redraft. So I'm personally not obsessed with this. I don't know if you have a different opinion, but I don't think this is a trade that determines whether you're a champion or not. And
no, it depends on the roster. Like, what does he have at running back?
He's got if he made this move, it would be Tootin and Montgomery and Warren.
Okay, yeah, no, I would just. And he's got Garrett Wilson, Ladd, Devonta, Christian Watson.
I like Olave a lot, but I'm not going to go from Achane to Olave for Montgomery. Like, Montgomery's not the piece that's making me make a trade like that, personally.
Yeah, I also think you're buying Olave at the complete peak as well. I would rather hold Achane here.
Yeah, I don't see a trade I love there. A counter that I love there, Papa Dunk. All right, we are going to do this giveaway, y'all. Let me know if y'all are in the building, ready to go for this this giveaway. We have how many entrants? We have 65 eligible entrants. All you had to do to enter was simply like the stream, and I believe the code word Gaia, 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 yeah, that's right, is the code word. This is your last chance to enter that. Let's go ahead and copy these names. And we are going to have one winner for a live team playbook here. Good luck to all, and to all, good luck. Who is our winner today of a live team playbook? The winner today is officially Victoro Bando 8944, which I don't think I've ever even seen that name before, so congratulations. I don't know if you're a newer viewer or maybe you're a lurker and you decided to join. Either way, congratulations.
Victoro Bando. Shout out to him.
To get your playbook, DM me on Discord. There's my username. I need a screenshot of your YouTube account to verify yourself. I need you to tell me your Flock Fantasy username. And if you don't have an account yet, create one for free with the code LAND. That way I can verify you on the back end of the site. Now, Sammy, I am going to jump into playbooks here. You want to stay for some? You want to log off? Either way is totally okay. Just want to make sure
I'm going to hop out here.
Okay.
Had a great time tonight.
Just before you do, a lot of people want us to look at like the later rounds.
Let's check it out.
This is what the later rounds look like.
Ooh, I love the pick from my boy Jonah. Jacoby Myers, Terrence Ferguson, Elijah Surratt. Heck yeah,
Yes.
Go
Scotsman
off.
goes with Gainwell, White, Diggs, Helm. So you guys can see how these later rounds are starting to pan out.
Your guy, Rashad White.
Love Rashad White in the 13th. Nothing else really stands out too much.
It is the double digit rounds of a startup draft. So.
Well, people are saying they want to see more, and I'm like, what exactly
Yeah.
are you wanting to see? Because we have all the ADP on the flock on the landleagues.com site. But Sammy, you are starting to post content, right, for fantasy football. You want to plug
Yeah, I had a
that
video
here?
come out today.
How'd it go?
Breakouts came out going very well so far.
I love it.
I'm in a little bit of a transition period here as the fantasy channel's doing the redraft stuff, the new Dynasty channel's doing the Dynasty stuff. I had my Cells video come out on Friday last week.
I love it.
Yeah. So I think actually this week I'm gonna be live on the Dynasty channel on Friday night.
Okay, the Dynasty one, and that's the same. It's the same name, but just Dynasty at the end.
Same thing. It's just Sammy Sacks Dynasty.
Yes.
Yeah.
And is this a video or a live stream that's premiering soon?
That's a video.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have a stash video coming out on Friday, and then I will be live Friday night to do a startup. So.
If y'all haven't subscribed, make sure you do. All right, make sure you go support the boy.
Yes, sir.
We'll
yes,
see
sir.
you.
Thank you very much.
Will you be with us on Wednesday?
No, I will not.
Totally okay.
It is my anniversary with my lovely girlfriend, so we're going to dinner.
Where are you guys going? Is it like a local spot?
Nice Italian place.
Okay.
Nice Italian place.
Nice
Our favorite
Italian spot.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it.
Yes.
All right, dude.
Yes.
We'll see you soon.
Great.
Love.
Appreciate you. See you, chat.
Everyone say goodbye to Sammy. Say goodbye to Sammy. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in here to some team reviews. Let me know if y'all are in the chat hanging out. I need to quickly check if we have any pro passes. Let's see. Do we have any pro passes? We have a priority pass from Noah, or from Insab. I don't know why I said Noah. I think I remember your name being Noah, but actually I could be wrong. Insab22. Let me know if you're here in the chat, my friend. Bing Bong Ballers is the name. Which I'm guessing you're a Knicks fan. You're currently ranked first. This is a one quarterback start 8. And is this you, Nick? I don't know why I said Noah. Sorry. Scribble says I should join Sammy on his anniversary. I'm not sure his missus would approve. But, you know, we can try. Why not? Okay, no Titan Premium in this one. You don't have your first, but you do have one. There's a first in 2027 that you own. You're starting Josh Allen, Bijan, Love, Chase, Amon-Ra, Laporta, or Kittle. And then you are flexing. It's a start 8. You're flexing 2 names between Olave, London, Brees, Javonte Williams. This is a very, very good team. Obviously, like Bijan Robinson, Jamar Chase are going to be your main untouchables. Players I would hold if I were you. Javonte Williams, I'd start there. And I would also say Malik Willis are 2 really good holds on this squad who's ready to compete. Players that you could drop if you wanted to clear up some space. Najee Harris, you could drop if you wanted to. Malik Davis, if you wanted to clear up some space there on the squad. And then on the waiver wire, is there anybody interesting in a one quarterback format? If you wanted to, you could pick up like Ollie Gordon. But I like Darnell Mooney, like Ellick, DK, Keenan Allen. If you're going to compete, might be worth holding to see if he gets a 1-year contract anywhere. But this is a great squad. I don't think I can call you a Thanos. I'm going to call you a juggernaut, though. You're definitely a true juggernaut. It's going to be tough for the rest of your league to compete with you. You are an absolute force, but a juggernaut or a Thanos probably has a Bowers along with this team, and But either way, very good team. I'm going to give you the Juggernaut tag. I'm going to give you the A tag. And I think we are one of the top contenders in this league, no doubt about it. That first that we have, who is that from? It's from team that starts with JUD, Judge Judy. So we probably want to hold on to that pick because that pick could be very valuable. He says, really have been looking just to up tier, was looking at Hampton, but his manager's unwilling to trade him. So let's think about this. If we were to up tier, there's no tight end premium, but I would say like Laporta is the player we would want to up tier from. And we could use that 27 first if we wanted to up tier there. I don't think you need to up tier at quarterback, running back, or wide receiver. I think that's really the one spot. Now, that 27 first could be very valuable. So if we're going to do a trade like this in a non-tight end premium, we do need to ask for a Brock Bowers back. We need to ask for a Trey McBride back in return. We can even look at a Colston Loveland deal, but I don't know if we can afford, even with a Loveland, to have that be a straight up offer. Oh, I'd love to add a Daniels to your squad. So let's ask for Jaden Daniels as well. And we will give back Laporta, the 27 first, and Malik Willis. I know we want to hold him, but if you're able to get that done, I would be willing to do that. Let's see. I don't see a reason to upgrade anywhere else though, man. So right now, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right now you have 2 players on your bench with like Javonte and Olave. You could start them as well. But you want at least 2 really good bench players when you have a team that is so clearly not going to be building around draft capital. You know, you really need to be all in with a team like this. So I'd be careful going and using like multiple players in a trade right now. Like I don't think you should go out there and go Javonte plus Olave equals something. You know, you have to assume some injuries could occur. But I like the idea of getting Bowers. I actually wouldn't hate... let's look at the McBride owner. I was going to say I wouldn't hate like going... Trey McBride plus, like you could also try like McBride plus Brian Thomas if you weren't able to get this deal done. Then you could do an Olave swap to kind of meet the value there. I do like Loveland and Daniels. Could you keep your pick and do like a Josh Allen plus Sam Laporta for a Jaden Daniels plus Colson Loveland? No, is that type of deal possible? I would love that for you. Obviously, I would do it for Drake May as well. But I doubt that Drake May is going to be enough of a difference maker there. But I would also be willing to add Oronde Gadsden to this deal. Nick says I might be able to do that. This is the duality of man. Nobody's doing those trades. And then the person who actually owns the team says, yeah, I think I could do that. Let me see. Always love those comments. Yeah, of course, my goal is to give you as many trade options as possible, my friend. In a non-tight end premium, I don't think it's unrealistic to expect some people to consider these trades. Especially when we've already noted that it's going to be a very valuable first-round pick from the 11th ranked team in your league. So, absolutely, I think these trades are worth exploring. I'm never, ever going to tell anybody who gets a team review here that every trade is possible, obviously. We can't tell you every trade is possible, but we're absolutely going to tell you to explore all of your options. And I really love this idea where you keep that first right? And you are able to tier down from Josh Allen to like a Daniels or a Drake May. So Nick says if Loveland, Bowers, McBride aren't available, just stay with Laporta probably. Yeah. If they're not available, I probably wouldn't rock the boat. You've got enough at tight end there. And I don't really feel comfortable making some huge trade for Tyler Warren. Yeah, I'm just not comfortable enough to make a move like that. But that's the way I would take this team. Again, I don't think you need an upgrade at quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Tight end is the only place that you can really upgrade. I wouldn't do like 2-for-1s because you do need some depth. You don't have draft capital. You have to assume a couple starters won't be available. So it'd really be a Sam Laporta in that first, or tacking on Sam Laporta with Josh Allen and doing a tier down. The only other team I would consider is Lamar Jackson, or player like a Lamar Jackson deal, but they don't have a tight end that's worth it. Who has Joe Burrow? I don't love going down that far. Like, I don't personally like Josh Allen plus Laporta for Burrow and Warren. I don't like that enough to pursue that. But, Nick, if there's anything that I didn't look at or any questions that you have, let me know. I'm happy to make sure I sit here and answer all your questions, my friend. I always want to make sure anytime you guys get a review from me that you get the best bang for your buck. Nick says, nah, man, all that sounds great. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. You should get your playbook within the next 3 to 5 business days, I would say. But thanks for purchasing that priority pass. I'm glad we were able to kind of have you jump the queue there a little bit. Guys, appreciate y'all watching. If you're hanging out with me, you can get on today's stream if you want to get your team reviewed. Simple way is by becoming a promo code LAND, annual Mother Flock. Remember, that gives you a voucher that you can use through the Flock store. But if you remember a different promo code, you can still get a review from me just through the a la carte store as well. That is an option. So, yeah, appreciate y'all big time for let me review your squads. Let's go to our next team here, which is going to be TX Cajun. I saw you in the chat earlier, but let me know if you're still here, TX. Now, this is a 1 quarterback start 8. Okay, so we've got another 1 quarterback league here. Actually, I think this is the same format we just looked at. There is a tight end premium. Your team name is the A team. All right, and you are currently ranked 3rd on the Flock site. Looks like you're a little weak at running back, but we will dive in here and have a look. You do still have some rookie picks, so we will be able to go into the war room here and have a look at what's possible with these picks. Your untouchables, I would say Puka Nacua and Trey McBride. Those would be the 2 untouchables for me. Players that I would like to hold on this team. Jack Besh, for sure. Kind of iffy on like Daniel Jones, but I think he's worth, like, if he's healthy off that Achilles, he could be a nice value. Kyle Monangai, and let's say Trey McBride for now, or Michael Wilson for now. He's not really selling where we want him to sell. Let's hold him till this season begins. You have a lot of players you could drop though, like Amari DiMercado, Elijah Higgins. I'll be honest with you, I don't even know who the hell Miles Price is. I didn't know this person existed. So, I'm going to list off all the names I'd be comfortable dropping. You ready? DiMercado, Rashawn Johnson, Jerome Ford, Miles Price, Elijah Higgins. I would be comfortable dropping all those names. I'm not saying you have to, but if you need to clear up space. And honestly, probably Deshaun Watson, just in a 1 quarterback league, I can't imagine he's going to make a big difference. But your waiver wire is quite naked. There's not really anybody there that we love. So right now we're starting Jalen Hurts, Kyron Swift, Puka, Olave, McBride. In our flex spots, we've got Nico and Jameson. We've got Monangai on the bench, Michael Wilson on the bench. I wouldn't say you're like a favorite in your league, but you're definitely a serious sleeper. And I'd probably give you like a B- type of grade. It's a good team. I can definitely see you making the playoffs. And I wouldn't be going all in, but I would be open to the idea of competing, depending on how the beginning of the year goes. Let's jump in here to your war room. And I would say that you definitely need running back. The problem is you can't find a running back at the 109 in this year's draft. You'd be reaching. And it's not even a super flex league. So actually, maybe, let me think about this for a second. In a non-super flex league, I guess Coleman's in range, actually. Yeah, Coleman would be range in a one quarterback format. Beyond that, you know, get your guy in those later rounds. There's not a consensus. If it's not Jonah Coleman, then Stowers would be an option. Who else? Denzel Boston would be an option. But you're probably going to be outside the range of like the Omar Coopers, the Casey Concepcions, those type of players. I do like buying a Bashul Tootin for this price. I like buying a Javonte Williams. I like taking the risk on a Scattaboo with your team. You know, those type of running backs. In the ideal world, you add a running back here to go out there and compete with. Kyron Williams, we could add to this list as well. I'm going to put your war room in the Discord. I think you know how to find that, but if you don't, please let me know. I'll show you exactly how to go get the war room. But with that in mind, the other idea I would have is going from the 109 and moving up for a Jadarian Price. So where do you think Jadarian Price is going to go? Is he at the 105? I would love the idea of this team adding a Jadarian Price to the squad. I also don't mind going after, like we said, Javonte Williams at this price, Breece Hall at that price. You could go Cam Scattaboo we talked about earlier. Like, what does it take to go out there and get these names? I think you're in a window where I'd like to add a running back. I'd like to go out there and be aggressive and compete. You can definitely make the playoffs with your current team. That running back room is just that one area where you might be able to use some extra oomph. Chase Brown might be perfect in that range. Am I missing anyone? Am I missing anyone? I don't think so, but let me check. I don't think I would pay. Oh, yeah. Look, Travis Etienne, I would probably be willing to pay that price on. Quinshon Judkins. I just feel like you would be better off suited adding one of these running backs that we feel good about. That would put Swift more on your bench as your RB3, which is a much better situation to be in. It would extend, Michael Wilson onto the bench as well. But in a start 8-1 quarterback, you've got great depth at receiver. I don't see a reason to tear off of McBride. Hurts is not really a sellable name. And then in season, if you were to make a trade like this and you feel like you're a real contender, you could consider selling that first if the right trade happens, let's say week 5, 6, 7, 8. TX says, lots to drop. I have 5 extra bench spots for the offseason. Yeah. Let me know if you have any other questions, TX. But, again, those players we're dropping: Watson, DeMarcado, Rashawn Johnson, Elijah Higgins, Miles Price. That's 5. If you needed more, you could even go Eric All, Jerome Ford. All droppable names, in my opinion. But main goal for you, I would say, is to turn those picks into a starting running back. And honestly, if they don't even want the 212, I would do all of those picks. I would do all those trades, and I would say the 212 and your 27 second are interchangeable. So obviously we prefer to keep our 27 second, but if they would, if they need that second to push over the top, I'd be willing to do that. But I think that's exactly what I would do if I had your squad. Let me know if I'm missing anything, if I didn't answer anything, or if you had any final questions there, my friend. I appreciate you big time being a supporter and let me look at the squad. And like I said, I always appreciate y'all showing some love onto the streams. I'm just going to set up Crank Statham's here next, but I'm still here. Just so you know, TX, I'm still here to answer any questions that you may have. But no doubt about it, I'm trying to contend in a roster with a roster like that. But I wouldn't go aggressively all in by selling my 27 first yet or anything like that. Wow. Do we have some glitch on the site, or is it just the same format by 3 teams in a row out of coincidence? Oh my gosh, we have so many 1 quarterback start 8s. That's got to be a coincidence, right? It's not some glitch from the site. Yeah, it just looks like a coincidence. That's crazy. Okay. Like I said, TX, let me know if you got any final questions here before I move on. I want to make sure I give you your time here. But as I wait to hear back from TX, it looks like halftime has officially ended in the Knicks and Spurs game. Knicks are currently up by 7. We've got a huge game here. The Spurs have got to step up big time. TX says, looks good, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for showing some love to the stream, as always. All right, Crank Statham, 1 quarterback start 8. You are ranked first. No tight end premium from what I'm seeing. Untouchables, Brock Bowers is going to be one of your untouchables. And Malik Neighbors. I'd put those guys as higher values than May in a 1 quarterback format. You obviously know I'm going to want to hold me some Jonathan Brooks. All right, we're going to keep him on all of the squads that we've got him on. If Google would let me type ON instead of AN. My goodness. Okay, Jonathan Brooks is a strong hold. Honestly, so is Jonah Coleman. Both of those guys are worth holding right now. Eli Raridon is a fun hold. And let's also put Max Clare there as well. Players that you can drop if you wanted to clear up some space. Devon Vele is a player that you can now drop. Unfortunately, it's sad, but it's true. Jatavion Sanders in a non-tight end premium. Justin Fields you could drop. Those are all droppable names. The waiver wire. Keenan Allen, if you are a contender, I think is worth rostering. Even if you're not, he's worth rostering because you can sell him for something in season, whereas right now he's completely free on the waiver wire. And I don't think it's the craziest idea ever to just hold Joe Mixon on your squads right now, and you can drop him completely, no risk attached, in August as we're getting closer to the season, if there ends up being, no role for him in the NFL anymore, which is very possible. But with this team, we are starting Drake May. Don't have running backs that we love there, but then Neighbors, Tate, Bowers, and our flexes would be Lemon, Hunter, Cooper. Yeah, it's an interesting team. I would not expect you to be a favorite this year. And I know that's weird because you're ranked first on the Flock site, but let's think about it. Running back room is really bad. Okay. You're going to need Swift and Rashad White and Brooks to really, maybe even Pacheco, to kind of have really important fantasy roles. Then you're also going to need Neighbors to get healthy. You're going to need Tate, Lemon, and Hunter all to break out. So this isn't a team where I'm actively selling players by any means, but I wouldn't say I'm going into the year expecting to be a favorite and selling my picks to go out there and, be dominant or something. Right now, I'd probably give you a solid B plus. The foundations around this team are really, really impressive. So I would probably go like the second round route to try and address that running back room. Like, if I can send my 27 second and third for Derrick Henry, for example, and I think that's where it's worth going all in. Not with your first, but like for Derrick Henry, who's another veteran that would make sense here at the running back spot? Let's see. Ooh, Josh. Yeah, like Josh Jacobs, I think would be a great buy for someone like you if you can get him for cheap. I don't mind the idea of sending a second for a David Montgomery. You know, if you want a body there to try and go out and contend right now. But I'm not like sitting the farm. I'm trying to band-aid it right now. Just trying to see if there's any other names here. Like, I don't even really want to do like Jalen Warren necessarily. But I'll just say this, like, if you are not contending in season, okay, that's when we could look to sell DeAndre Swift, right? What's the max you could get for him? And then I would probably say Mark Andrews. So DeAndre Swift, like, max value for both of these guys. I don't know what max value would be in season because obviously we need to see how they're actually performing. But I would say DeAndre Swift, you're probably not going to get a first. We probably would take multiple seconds. Ideally early. And for Mark Andrews, you would probably take any second in any year. So that would be the pathway for me. I wouldn't blow anything up. I wouldn't get crazy. You've got a really young core. Trust the process a little bit. If you're more competitive this year than we anticipate, it probably is because Swift, Rashad White, Coleman Brooks all have bigger roles than we thought. It's probably Tate Lemon breaking out in year one, Cooper being relevant. But I think you may be still 1 year off. But you have such young assets that I'm not looking to like sell a bunch of players to try and tank this year. I don't think that makes sense. You've already got such a good foundation of players. So I hope that's helpful there, Crank. Appreciate you big time, my friend, for showing some love to the channel. All right, Glock Bowers is up next. Do we have a Glock Bowers in the chat? Do we have a Glock Bowers amongst us? Which, that's a pretty... Someone explain this to me, okay? What does Dibiga mean? Is this some meme that I don't understand? There's got to be some meme that I'm like Unk status on or something. Because I'm starting to see this everywhere. And I don't know what it means, y'all. I'm getting old, okay? Someone explain it to me. All right, he says, I just want to know if there are any moves you'd make. Would you tear down from Pickens or move off Chase Brown? Can I gain value while still being competitive, or should I sit tight? Let's have a look. You have no picks, it looks like, with this team. You've got some great players, though. I mean, my goodness, what a nice squad we've put together here. Your untouchables, Puka Nacua, Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers, Monrod Neighbors. You've got some great players here. If I were you, I'd be holding Jalen Hurts in this format. He's not worth selling. He's a little bit undervalued right now in Dynasty football. Man. We'll say Jonah Coleman's a strong hold. Players that you could drop. If you wanted to, Phil Maffa can reach the waiver wire. Kendre Miller could reach the waiver wire as well. If you have anyone on the waiver wire that's worthwhile, one quarterback league, nobody on the waiver wire that's really intriguing, unfortunately. Look. Okay. So, we've got a starting lineup of Jalen Hurts, Genty, Cook. or McCaffrey. Puka, Amon-Ra, Bowers. But remember, guys, this is a start 11. This is really big for a one quarterback format. So you are starting on top of that. Let's say Neighbors, Saquon, Chase Brown, Christian McCaffrey, and Devonta Smith. That would be 11. The hard part here is, like Glock Bowers, if you had this team and it was a start 9, I would have a different opinion. But in a start 11, I actually don't think I'm going to be consolidating anywhere on this roster. Like, I really don't see myself aggressively consolidating here. You've got a great lineup, but you don't have the depth to afford making some big 3-for-1 trade, right? Again, Hurts, Genty, Cook, Puka, Amon-Ra, Bowers, Neighbors, Pickens, Chase Brown, Saquon Barkley, and McCaffrey are all in your lineup, meaning Tate and Smith are on the bench, and you need to account for at least a couple injuries. Bowers in a full point premium is awesome. This team is just great. I would just ride this out. If you do want to, first off, I'll give you the Juggernaut tag. It's a great team. I'll probably give you like A- overall as a team grade. But if anything, if you want to get ahead of like the curb, if you will, CMC is a name you could look at pivoting from. But that's hard with you being so far in. So like if I was to do a CMC deal, you know, it's because I want to get to Breece Hall, for example, right? Where you want to kind of get ahead of the fall off of whenever that fall off might be for Christian McCaffrey. But you will limit your chances of winning the league this year if you do this. But if you can do like CMC plus Jonah Coleman for a Ken Walker, right? If you can do that for you've already got James Cook, but Jonathan Taylor. Small little ways you can get ahead of the curve. But I just don't think I'd be too aggressive here. I think for the most part, I'd probably sit tight. Is there anybody who needs quarterback? No, not in a 10-teamer. You could send Tyler Shuck to this guy, but I don't know what he's going to give you. So right now, I'd be pretty aggressively kind of holding this team as a whole. I think you've got a great squad. It's really well set up. You don't have enough depth in such a big lineup to... Yeah, right now, like the ridiculous depth that you have is the strength in this league. So I love it. I don't see a reason to make any drastic moves. I think you just trust the process with that one, my friend. Appreciate you letting me look at the squad. All right, Crank is back here with another squad to look at. Okay. John, I'm not personally someone who is trying to sell Malik Neighbors in Dynasty. I would be more of a buyer right now personally, but he can absolutely consider that if there's a trade out there that he loves. But I'm just more on the side of buying Malik Neighbors. I'm worried about him in redraft. I'm not worried about him in Dynasty, and Devonta Smith can fill his starting spot for now. Okay, let's check back in on this draft in the Medusa League. I'll show you guys the draft in case anybody is at all interested. Darnell Mooney in the 22nd round is kind of fun, but I'm not really sure how to evaluate. I know people want me to show the drafts in the later rounds of the drafts a little bit more. I'm not really sure what to show you guys here. But as you guys know, all of our ADP for every league is available on landleagues.com/ADP. Okay. Let's jump in here to Crank's next team review. And this is a 1 quarterback start 8. We got a lot of these 1 quarterback start 8s, guys. A lot of these formats today. You're currently ranked first in this league as well. So you've got some good squads you're putting together here, Crank, which is not a surprise at all to me. Running back flew off the board so early. I scooped up wide receiver value as it fell, but that's left me without solid running back depth. Thinking about taking it for Jeremiah Smith. What are we thinking? Let's have a look. So I'm assuming you came off a startup here. Wow. Have we not reviewed this team already? Or is it just a coincidence that you have a bunch of the similar players? I'm wondering if there's a site glitch here. Let me check something. We may have already reviewed this team. Okay. We just reviewed this team, yeah. Okay, so that's probably just a site glitch. I'm just checking here. It's all the same teams, all the same usernames. Okay, so that looks like a site glitch. Hopefully the review I gave earlier was helpful, though. All right. Whomper. Let me know if there's a Whomper in the chat. Do we have a Whomper out there, ladies and gentlemen? Team name is the League of Shadows. The League of Shadows. You are currently ranked, looks like 7th in this league. This is another 1 quarterback start 8. And the site has you ranked 10th at quarterback. At running back, they have you ranked 5th at receiver, and at tight end 4th. Let's have a look. He says, going into year 2 with this team, just curious about general direction I should take. Trying to move Swift Kyle package for something, maybe a 27 first if someone would do it. Hoping Shuck Jones can help me survive since it's 1 quarterback. Also hoping for a Besh and Pat Bryant breakout. Let's have a look, my friend. No important picks in 2026. Untouchables are going to be, Jamar Chase, Amarion Hampton are the closest ones there. Obviously, Chase is. Players that I would hold, like, I'm a big Pat Bryant guy as well. I think he's worth a hold, so I'm right there with you. Jack Besh, another player I like holding a lot. Trey Harris, a lot of your receiver room actually is a hold for me. I also think Terrence Ferguson is still worth rostering at this point. You could drop if you needed to in a 1 quarterback league. You could probably drop McCarthy if you needed to clear space. Definitely Ben Sinnott, please. Don't waste your roster spot anymore with Ben Sinnott. By the way, the fact that Chikakonkwo is out there, he needs to be rostered over Ben Sinnott. Malik Willis needs to be rostered over like Tua and JJ McCarthy. Jordan James I would roster. So your waiver wire's definitely got some juice. Okay, so you are starting Shuck, Hampton, Henderson, Chase, McConkey, Warren, and then you are flexing 2 names, which is Adunze and Swift. Wouldn't call you a favorite by any means, but I think you could sneak into the playoffs by the strength of a Jamar Chase, Amarion Hampton, 1-2 punch. So I would probably give you the sleeper tag as well. I know we've given a lot of people that tag tonight, but a couple moves you can make to put you in the mix. How aggressive you want to be. Might not be as aggressive with a team like this. Kind of leaning like a B flat as a grade for you. But you have your future capital, which gives you a little bit more flexibility here. This is a toughie because in a 1 quarterback league, I don't really want to get rid of my hammers like Jamar Chase, right?
Although I'm not really sure how you improve the team as a whole if you don't consider that. Overall, I widely view this as a very strong hold, Whomper. You mentioned like DeAndre Swift plus Kyle Monangai for a 27 first. It would be a no-brainer to take a deal like that. I'll give you a in-season seller plan, okay? So let's go into the season. Let's be patient. Let's go into the season planning on contending, soft contending. And then in season, if we're not able to contend, then we will have a plan to sell some of these names. Okay. So again, going into the season, soft contending, if you can get this deal done, it's a no-brainer. You know, if you're not able to contend, then in season, can you get a mid 27 first for Rome Odunze? Can you get multiple seconds for DeAndre Swift? Honestly, right now, I'm not opposed. I know people in today's video weren't loving that I said this, but I still would stand by it. If you can pivot off into Odunze to Emeka Egbuka, right? If that's some cheap addition, like you add a second, get a third back, I'd be willing to do that. And yeah, Mike says I hate Rome. I don't hate Rome Odunze, but I am willing to, do some of these pivots to the Cardinal Tates of the world. I did a move where I went to George Pickens in my league. All right. People don't realize how close they are in age anyway. But again, it's the second and third round pick swap. These are the type of deals I'm willing to do right now. But not everybody is going to be down to do that. Getting Jordan Tyson straight up. I don't mind doing like a Mekhi Lemon plus a second type of move. On going into the season, trying to contend. If we're not able to contend, then by week 6, 7, 8, if you're 2-5, then Swift and Odunze are really the guys I'd be looking to sell. I don't imagine Shuck is worth selling in a one quarterback league. I don't think there's any real return there. I wouldn't sell the young names like Hampton, Henderson, McConkey, Odunze, or McConkey, Warren. But in season, if you are selling, I would then consider a Jamar Chase tear down. But we're talking like Drake London and 2 early first. We're talking, Malik Neighbors and a first. We're talking, moving to Jeremiah Love in a small something, Ashton Genty in a small something. So you want to get a piece back if you move off Jamar Chase that you can build around, that can be a pillar for your team long term. But very much the patient route for now. And then in season, you can do some more drastic moves if you're not able to contend. But I appreciate you letting me look at the squad. You will get your playbook here within the next 3 to 4 business days, is probably the best way to say that. But guys, appreciate y'all big time showing some love today, hanging out with me and Sammy. Shout out to the Medusa League. And if you want to be a part of the Gaia League, you can enter now on landleagues.com. Just have to be a promo code LAND member to get in. But I'll see you guys in our next stream. We'll be doing a rookie draft, not tomorrow, but the night after. So I'll see y'all then. Nothing but love.